2000s.
Tell you how I feel. I want to drive you. I just love that. Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to Three Black Geeks as we continue this bird cold high cinema month. We're going on to our next movie, the 2011 movie Drive, where it gets very, very serious and stoic and kind of 2000 artsy. Remember, everybody that's listening to this podcast, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. Please visit us on 3 Black Geeks. Please follow us on X, Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok. And that's about it. So,
yeah.
so that's about it.
Like, well, at least I know that we won't be demonetized by using this song. Shout out to Kavinsky.
Oh, yeah. Just to let y'all know, D was actually going to start this whole podcast with Ryan Gosling at age 10 going, I don't know, but I cry. I was going to play that.
I got to be honest with you. Like, Ryan Gosling is Ryan Gosling and Justin Timberlake and JC Chavez, whatever, all them,
Chazé.
right?
Don't say whatever. That's the PG legend.
Yeah,
dog.
my bad.
And don't forget, do not forget, white boy Dwayne.
Here's my thing. They had no business on the Mickey Mouse Club. All them little white girls singing a Jodeci song, the most nastiest of Jodeci songs.
Kids Bop before Kids Bop.
One part
it wasn't
even Kids Bop.
It was the PG-13 of Jodeci, the radio version. It's still raunchy.
Is that JC had to teach Justin and Ryan how to sing black. Yes. JC, to his credit, is one of the main reasons why Justin Timberlake became a star. And JC had to teach both of them how to feel soul. Like Justin can do it now, but back then it was like, yo, no. What is this, dog?
What is this?
You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, I'm chilling. No, I'm chilling. You got to do it right. God, were any of you raised around black people? No. Oh, yeah, I forgot I'm the odd one. That's how that was.
Hold on. Was he Laurel PG or was he like...
Bowie.
Oh, yeah, that's about
Bowie.
right.
Now, I think he might be... But real talk, when it comes to most white people from PG, I'll always say Laurel Bowie. That nigga could be from Marlow Heights for all I fucking know.
It's like I go to Iverson Mall with the cookies.
All of y'all showed up.
Like I went to Iverson Mall with the cookies. It's great.
You know what Iverson Mall is? Like, no, you don't. They still got the giant cookie down there. This my nigga. Nah, man, I'm trying to get some snickerdoodles, man.
But nah,
that'd be hilarious if we ever see JC, I'm gonna ask that instantly. When last time you had a snickerdoodle at Iverson? If he does this. Oh man, like that's a PG nigga. That's a PG nigga right there.
Was this the time period where we were getting a lot of movies like Drive, where it was like vintage,
kind of like neo noir movies?
Yeah, I guess urban neo noir. I guess,
I call this the style this is one of the styles that millennials kind of caught for ourselves, from the color scheme to the stylistic of the movie, to even the soundtrack. This screamed my generation.
It was very 80s.
It was 80s, but it was all new. And that was something that we were kind of chasing during this time frame in the 2000s.
It's a sci-fi movie, but work with me on this.
You said sci-fi?
Yeah, The Wraith.
Oh, okay.
Just the vibe of this movie, where the way it was filmed and stuff, it had that kind of like sort of like visual tone to it. Because that's why I was like, it feels very 80s just in the looks. And I've been to LA, so a lot of the familiarity that you're seeing in the movie, I'm like, oh, I actually been over in that area before.
To go to what Era said, he used the term noir. There's a lot of noir, dark shots, dark, shadowy kind of. And that's the thing I always liked, at least especially with the newer noir movies. Mm-hmm. There's saturation, there's brightness everywhere, there's colors everywhere. But when it wants to go dark and have the shadows pretty much tell the story with it, it works beautifully, man. And combine that with like Ryan driving down the street and it's just slight music playing. The soundtrack's not really blaring, and it's just it's just pretty much him. The shit works. The shit does actually work. It works very well, man. I love it.
I mean, even the opening, like I remember actually seeing this because I mean, again, 2011, we were still in that early social media era. Twitter was like starting to take off and stuff, but we had like Any Cool News in those spots. And I remember Any Cool News, they were reporting on this movie at I think Cannes or whatever at the time.
Yeah, it was at the Cannes
Cannes Film Festival, and everybody's like, "Oh man, Ryan Gosling Drive," and I was like, "Okay, cool, I guess." And then when they played the trailer, I was like, "Okay, I actually want to see
I didn't
this."
like it until Eris told me to watch it.
And then when the movie came out,
I saw the trailer and all that, and I was like, "Okay."
But what got me though was the opening scene of this movie is we finally get a heist movie where we're coming at it from the perspective of the actual getaway driver, the guy that's actually doing that and stuff. Because I think some movies tend to skip over like the people in the group and stuff, but like the actual getaway driver being the focal point was actually pretty interesting because he has a very simple move, thing of like, hey, you tell me the job that you need, we're in and out. I don't know you, you don't know me. We don't talk about none of this stuff once it's done and over with. Just simple, straightforward.
In other words, Chris, he is speed run Frank Martin from the Transporter.
Yeah, and that's his motive. And also, I'm a fan of the franchise. It reminded me of the video game Driver.
Yes, Driver the Wheelman.
Yeah. I played the first two. I didn't know they made a third one. I think it came out on PS3 at the time. But
they did make a third one. I don't remember nothing about that one.
And it was booty queef.
But like the first two Driver game. Why I say films? Games. Kind of had the vibe of this movie where you're a getaway driver. Jank controls aside in those two games, but like it was a very cinematic video game that kind of had that tone of like you're the wheelman, you're running away from the police, and you're doing all these little things and stuff. And the opening scene of this thing, he's a stunt driver, has his rules set in place, and he's helping out these two guys that were, I think they were getting like plates.
They were gonna rob a spot.
Yeah. So just him getting the car from his boy, his boss. It was a Monte Carlo, which
that was an Impala.
That was a Chevy
Impala. My bad, Chevy Impala. My bad. I want to say why I say Monte Carlo. My bad. Impala. You should know this. Which
I like how you take out the watch, wrap that junk around the field, immediately started timing them the second they walked in the building.
Yep. So you got 5 minutes. Anything in between, like anything within those 5 minutes, I'm at your disposal.
Yep.
And not a second after the 5 minutes is up, you are on your own. I don't know you. You don't know me. We never met before. Done.
I got my cut already. We're cool.
Man, I already got my cut and all that already. But I like that's a rule that I think anybody can respect. Hey dog, you got 5 game minutes. You got 5 minutes.
Hey, I like how tense that whole scene was because the first boy came out and it's like, all right, cool. And then they're waiting. And he's just sitting there like, I'm about to leave your ass behind if you don't, and he has one of those little police radio, transmitters and stuff. So he's scanners and stuff. And he's listening. And like I said, the way that whole scene is just filmed where it's like you're still getting that kind of like if you've ever been in a car and it's like dark and that light just kind of shining on them and stuff. Like it was kind of like the ambient light. It wasn't like Hollywood-esque, I guess, light that would make it more clean.
It was God, what's his name? Dude that made Force Awakens. Yeah, it was baby J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, lens flare.
Yeah,
lens flare. The one thing I liked about it is when they got out when they get out the jump, they hop in the car. Of course, they drive off. Cops they already say they're looking for the car that quick. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
this man pulls behind the truck. I remember the first time I seen this movie. I'm thinking to myself, pull behind that truck. There you go, my nigga. There you go. Let him pass.
It's smart. It's
But
not like it's not even It's not even.
Look, and the second you see that other semi, I'm like this. Let that shit go. Now move. Don't cut your light. This nigga cut his lights on too early. Whatever. You got it.
what I liked personally, was his the guy who hooked him up with the car was Shannon, played by Bryan Cranston, while he was in the middle of working on Breaking Bad.
Yeah. And Bryan Cranston, this was an interesting time for Bryan Cranston. I think the reason why a lot of people really dug Bryan Cranston, besides him being in Breaking Bad, is that he finally got to stretch his legs out as an actor. Yeah. And what we find out is that Cranston is an actor's actor. He loves his job. He loves doing that. He wakes up for that shit. And I know he's getting the one thing I think he's really good at is not a lead role, is being a character. That's his best shit. The reason why Walter Wright got to be the way it was because not only he was the star of the show, but it's like, this is not me, this is a character. So how does he think? How does he walk? What's his attitude going to be like? And Brian was one of the dudes that study that crap, man.
And Brian always said that, it's like, to him, it was sad that he knows that he can never play a character like Walter White again.
Yeah. I think it
takes a lot out of you.
It's kind of funny.
No, that'd be homeboy that played Tuco. That playing that role.
Actually, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that, because Vincent D'Onofrio, with a lot of people like me, what we really liked from him was when he was playing in Law and Order Criminal Intent. He was super good at it. And you know what he said? I gained weight, I was miserable, and the acting was hard. Some of my best work, I don't ever want to fucking do it again.
Yeah. But no,
Bryan Cranston on the flip side is like, I'll never get to play this person again.
Yeah, he's like, I'll never get to play this person. He's like, I'll never get to play this character again. It's over. Outside of him making appearances or
exactly
like guest crossover appearances and junk
that
like
commercial
that.
was funny as hell.
Yeah, the Popcorners commercial, the flashback.
7, you meant 7. I died.
I like the flashback scenes from Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Him actually. It was wasn't that the Always Sunny episode where it was him and Aaron Paul, and they were literally reenacting a Breaking Bad moment.
I love it because finally he snapped. You get to tell me what to do? No. If you see that the whole thing scene, oh my God, that was great. I just love acting. He's like, I just love acting. Look, the best part. I just love it. So you gonna do it? Fuck no. When we land this shit, we never want to see you again. Oh, I love that episode so much.
But no,
acting his butt off for a solid 2 minutes, and everybody just, we're seeing Jesus walk on water. And here's the sick part. I don't want to say he's an S-class actor, but you give me a reason why he's not.
I mean,
that's all I got to say. I'm not saying that he's top tier like Hollywood superstar. I'm talking about his acting ability. So,
but where I was going with this, mentioning his character, it's the first thing that his character says in this movie. He was like Chevy Impala, like the car of California, and when he added one more thing. No, then he added one more thing. No one is going to be looking for you.
Chevy Impala. So
that's a 71 Impala, nigga.
It's a 71 Impala in California.
In California. I think there's only 2 on the road. So this ain't like, if you said this was a 2011 Impala, ain't nobody gonna find him. Ain't nobody gonna find him. Now, you said that you got this nigga in a box. Impala? Nah, dog.
Back when cars meant things.
The thing that gets me also, Eris, is when he was making
cars came from a proper nation.
Yes. Here's the funny thing. there are probably 2 chases in this movie. And with both of them in here, you know what I say? And I know how Eris is, but I know what Eris is deep inside. He likes cars like me. Fucking Detroit sound. Good Lord. When that Mustang and that 300 was going, I was like, that's a V8. I was like, that's a V8 on 300. I can hear that fucking engine. God damn.
I want people to understand.
I want a rebodied Roush.
I want people to understand driving. I've driven in a Chrysler 300. That shit, when that thing goes fast, like it feels like you're hovering.
If you got the right person behind that wheel, ain't nobody catching you.
Oh, that look going down 85.
They're heavy. Yes, they're heavy cars, but they can go.
Mustangs too. I've been in Mustang.
It's a Mustang. It's a Mustang, nigga.
I had a Chevy Nova. My dad had a Chevy,
but it's a Mustang, bro. Come on now.
My dad had a Chevy Nova. That shit.
A Mustang until it goes around the corner.
Well, first off,
don't hit a hard right in that bitch.
First off, Ryan Gosling was doing some Tokyo drifting in that Mustang, and it was smooth.
I bet he hit that. That's because he did the move like he hit that e-brake at the right time. That's why.
First of all, that is a trained stuntman / wheelman. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Now, give it to a trust fund baby who wants to impress his his goober ass friends at a car meet. In front of freaking Tim Hortons at 3 a.m.
Tim Hortons.
It's the most Canadian thing ever. First off,
I don't understand. First off, only in the Northwest. It's only in the northern section of America. First off,
first off,
is there a Tim Hortons in America? There's got to be at least like 3.
First off, we claim sides here. This is a Kendrick Lamar podcast. We don't mention Canada on this podcast, sir. We don't do that.
Fine, AM, PM.
Hey, Chris, I'm gonna need you to get I need you to get a ratchet, put it against this screw right here on your jaw, and loosen that shit off of Kendrick's dick. Okay, he is 4'11". Stop sucking his penis. Anyway.
Tim Hortons, goddamn. That whole sequence was just like him running away, and it was like it felt like a video game where he was like,
stop. What did Tim Hortons do to you?
It did nothing to me. I was just thinking of Tim Hortons. I could have said Dunkin' Donuts. I could have said 7-Eleven, AM, PM, Holiday. It didn't matter.
This movie is in California. You could have. This is in California. You could have been the Big Donut.
The Big Donut.
Yeah, the Big Donut thing in LA.
I would have said Fat Burger, but it doesn't matter.
Fat Burger. It don't matter.
Insert food establishment here, okay?
Except In-N-Out. We don't talk about it.
What about? I think Jack in the Boxes should be burned to the ground.
Sir, that would be Roy Rogers.
All right. One time. I don't need to know more.
Sir, that would be Roy Rogers that needs to get burnt to the ground.
Leave There's a couple Roy Rogers in their 44 locations alone. Okay.
Sir, that is 30 locations. All right.
44. You know what? I got Google on my fingertips. Let's keep going with this movie. But yeah,
I gotta look at Elon over here. Fake news.
The one part I did like is this. You remember how they was like driving around everywhere? Okay, he got away at the stoplight. Right across him was a cop.
Oh, now, that look.
I got visual on that Impala.
Butthole is like this right now, slowly opening up. Like, oh God. Second they go. Look, I like it. He said, "Do the speed limit." Whoop, whoop. All right.
dude, it's the 1,000-yard stare that he's giving with the shadows that he's just looking like
the death grip on the steering wheel.
Oh no! And then the 2 guys, like one of them, like D said, about to shit themselves. Like, what is going on here?
Now, the one thing that got me was,
and the helicopter too. I ran a helicopter.
Hold on. Hey, Chris, how many? I said 44. How many did you say?
Shit.
You said 30. You said 30.
I said 30.
You said 30?
Yeah.
Actual retail price, I would win. It's 38. So I'm closer. That was a good guess, though. 30? That would actually have been. We were both right in a way. Anyway, but I like the whole time. I'm like, why is you playing basketball? Like, you got the game on at the same time. Look. I like listening to the Nationals on the radio myself, but nigga, you have priorities right now.
It was the Clippers, not the Lakers. The Clippers.
Ew. Hold on. Kobe Bryant is still playing. Ew. You're listening to the Clippers? Now, here's me. Now, that's why I say you listen to the Clippers. Blake Griffin comes in with a monster jam. Here's me.
That was the Blake Griffin era.
It's the Blake Griffin era. Him and CP, we were killing niggas. But I was wondering why he was playing it. This nigga pulls into the.
It was halftime when he went on the heist.
This nigga pulled into Staples Center, now Crypto Arena. Yes, Crypto owns that stadium now. Anyway, but he pulls into the stadium. Game's over. Fans are already filing out the game. I'm like, and he
son of a bitch.
The cops. He ducked the cops. What happened to the other two niggas? I don't know. Good luck on that.
They probably escaped. Whatever, it is what it is and stuff.
I'm just gonna go with that.
It was the casual. Put the thing over. Put the Clippers hat on. And just
got out with his shoulder. Shout out to this movie having the budget, but saying, nah, we're not going to pay the NBA the extra $35 to get an actual Clippers logo. Shout out to the movie for that. I would have did the same thing.
That's the level of petty I aspire to. But nah,
and then Chris Eris jizzes.
I ain't gonna lie. Kavinsky.
No, that's how you do an intro to a movie. You get Kavinsky to play Nightcall, and just let it ride out. The song is amazing even to this day. Like, if anyone who's never heard of it, please look up Kavinsky Nightcall. It's a classic, it's a classic synthwave track.
I would say this though too. I think the aspect of this movie too is that how somehow LA is still like romanticized in this whole thing. And I've been to LA at night and stuff. It's definitely fun when you're not ducking traffic, but like that, like everything in this movie,
because LA is a car city.
Yeah.
It's one of those places where it looks very good to shoot car scenes in. And when you play games like GTA and just look at the movies that were done in LA that involve cars and just shoot.
We talked about One Heat. All that. We talked about Heat. Like that was in LA.
It's just a shit. Set it all was in LA.
I mean, it's just the aesthetics of that nighttime because like people don't understand something. Like LA is big. Like Clueless, that joke about, oh, we're going to the valley for this party. And there's like the way the parents freaked out, like how far the valley is. Oh, the valley is actually far as fuck. Like, yeah, it's that far. It's like going to Baltimore. Like that's how far it is.
Like not Santa Monica. This is Santa Monica? It was on Santa Barbara I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Santa Barbara. Yeah, but that whole area, like you said, all of that is just huge. It's just wide. It's a wide area. The one show that to me made me want to move to LA, not with the bullshit that was going on in the show, because there was a whole lot of bullshit that was going on in the show, but because it was shot so well, was watching Ray Donovan. Ray Donovan made LA look so fucking cool. From when they were shooting in the hood to when they shoot in that one section of LA that's busted and they need to trail down and gentrify to new, pretty $1 million houses. It was just pretty to shoot, man. Like New York, you have buildings, you have old buildings. There's so much you can do in New York. And LA, it has its own feel too, man. It's just something about that city that you can really
just the aesthetics of that, just that whole scene of him like going back to his place, dropping his bags off, and just going out driving, just because you can. Because like I said, LA is just that type of place. You're in the middle of the night, you drive through. It's just looking around like, wow, this is crazy.
Do you know that DJ Sue stuck on the was pretty much gave not just a rundown with Kavinsky, but he was like, I discovered something I never thought I would find, D. like the 80s showed back up and told me open wide. Eris, this is gay as shit. This is not going the way you think it is, D. I meant open wide. My soul open wide. Thrusting. Stop, Eris. So that's pretty much
It's nice. Kavinsky is nice in Mitch Murder. It's like nice.
It's
feel and sometimes
Nightcall is gateway music to synthwave.
It is. There's plenty of what I like to call gateway synthwave, and Kavinsky, yeah, for the most part, is synthwave to me. It's an art style, in my opinion, Eris, that I think cannot be perfected, but a lot of people try and they try well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think it's something that can't be perfected because nothing's going to sound like 1984. Nothing's going to exactly sound like something that came out of a video store in the 1980s. You know what I mean? Like, you have good ones every now and then, but it's like, this is good, but it smells like plastic, not wood grain. You know what I mean? Like,
that's how this. Do y'all guys feel like with
we're going to be serious? So to me, it's a style that you cannot perfect, but good Lord, that's what makes it so good because it's so widespread.
I tend to disagree. If there's one album that just personifies 80s, that would be Michael Glover, aka Miami Nights 1984 Turbulence album, released in 2012.
I get what you're saying, Eris. I do.
Or the one that came, or the album that got released this year. Sorry, in 2010, Early Summer.
But like I said, it's like I get where you're going. I get where you're going with that. But whatever. That's just a difference of opinion. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I think I will give you this, Eris. I underestimate the number of people who did get into synthwave because of this movie. I do underestimate that number, and I think it needs to be recognized just a little bit, not a whole lot. Not like when you watch a documentary and somebody like the movie Drive changed it. Like I don't think we ever going to get that.
Dude, do not do that because that's how.
I hate it when they do that in documentaries, man.
No, first of all, thanks to this one documentary called Rise of the Synths, that's already been done.
Feels like such a red pill ass damn thing.
Not that other S word. It's Rise of the synthesizer.
What is with you and Chris always being on mode of? What did you think about Kamala Harris? You better say the right word, boy. What is with you, man?
What kind of president do you like?
Wait. How? Hey, Chris, how black is she? Like, do you think she's black?
How black is she?
Speaking of which, white folk, I hate how y'all went by the one drop rule for the last 200 years with niggas. But the second this light-skinned woman showed up and said, my daddy Jamaican and my mama Indian, y'all go, how do we know you're American? like I never understood that.
You know how bad it. You know how bad it is when you have like East Indian folks really question your credentials. Like, are you like that? That's how racist motherfuckers were. It's like, god damn, like
a lot of niggas. Look, real talk. There was a lot of niggas that run Sunoco's going, I don't think she's Indian. I don't think she's half Indian. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, yo, man.
Where's your conveniently placed accent?
Yeah, nigga. Where's that accent for you to confuse black folk when we come here just trying to buy some roll up? You want to nigga, you've been living in America for the last 26 years, haven't learned vowels. I don't believe that. Like, I don't. I go on them niggas every time they do that. Every time they start going on they dirk. I'm like, don't do that. How long you been in America, bro? I've been in America
Southeast
since 1991. Then act like it.
Been in Southeast DC since 1991. Marion Barry, crack epidemic, and
you lived here through all of that. All of a sudden, you want like, shut up, stop that, stop that. You're American now. You're an American now.
All of us turn into Chris Tucker of Rush Hour 1. Do you hear the words that?
I don't do that. I think that's insulting. Because they know exactly what's coming out of my mouth. I do not understand. You understand what I say. Get your cousin in.
The man just positively smiles and rhubarb Holly.
You need to stop. Stop with the Rubal Holly. That is a place that does not exist.
Hey, in my heart, after playing Uncharted, when I fall into a desert and walk like I'm Lawrence of fucking Arabia and shit, damn near
Malcolm
dying.
X going to Mecca.
I accidentally, I
accidentally fan the same will.
And then all of a sudden,
I hit his mom and shit.
I tumble into a door and I catch a guy taking a piss. Like, oh shit, Drake!
I like how Nathan was dying. And the second he been in that room, go time. I get it. That like fight or flight, but come on, video game. This nigga ain't ate in 2 days. He had water. Didn't have water.
Salt water don't count.
Man was walking through 90-degree weather just to fall. That's a
4-degree nights.
No way in the world you in the desert.
4-degree nights.
No water. In the desert, no water. That makes no sense. Whatever.
Didn't eat the lizard. Could have ate that.
Whatever. But anyway. But that's when like I said, we finally get to see this dude at his day job, which is being a stuntman. Which
old school stuntman.
Is it old school stuntman? I'm big stuntman. Stuntman to me is just stuntmanning. Get in the car, make a tumble. We're gonna blow this building up. We're gonna have you on an apparatus. It all kind of like, they all kind of run into each other. Outside of the ones who got to do learn martial arts.
This is old school stuff.
Really different.
No, dude, this is old school stuntman for real because man puts on a whole rubber mask.
Oh, the rubber mask. They still do that. They still do the rubber mask thing.
Mm-hmm. That fireproof rubber mask.
No. We've come a long way from.
Eric, you think that was fireproof? I don't think.
We've come a long way from the era. We've come a long way from the era of Eddie Murphy getting thrown out of plate glass and he looks like Jim Brown when he lands on the ground.
And then Eddie Murphy goes from 28 years old to 41.
No. Here's the best part. Eddie Murphy getting thrown through the freaking plate glass window in Beverly Hills Cop 1. When he's getting carried, his hair looks like Chris's. When he gets thrown through the window, it looks like mine.
One of the best ones that we don't talk about. We don't talk about how rest in peace Kane, how our boy Carl Weathers was fighting. All of a sudden he gets punched. Now Carl Weathers' back goes from Ultimate Warrior to some dude named Tyreek. It falls over. Next thing you know, you see him on the ground. All of a sudden, like, yeah, right. Really, Carl? You couldn't take that tumble, nigga?
Some dude named Kevin.
You gonna show up all sweaty. How do you like your ribs? I like it if you could do your own stunts a little bit, Carl. That's what I would have liked. Better editing. Come on, Joel Silver. What you do? Oh, you're doing coke. That's why. Okay, cool. Nah. It's good. It's good.
I mean, but I like how his boy Shannon is telling them the whole time about get extra, they're $200-$300, half goes to me,
walking like this. Hey, where you going? Where you going?
Shannon's a former stunt guy.
Yes, former stunt guy.
That limps.
No, that's not why he's limping.
No, it's not why. No, it's not why.
No.
We're gonna meet the two reasons why he's limping later in the movie. Which, by the way, the Rubal Holly is a very real place, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
The Rubal Holly is a very real place.
Where, nigga? In your heart? Rubal Holly. That doesn't say Holly, nigga.
No, it's Holly. It's pronounced
That's Holly.
The K is silent, Negro.
Since when?
Since forever.
They didn't call him the Great Holly. It's the Great Kali.
Yeah. See, but that no.
Chris, I knew I had a real friend.
Chris, that is ignorant Southern wrestling ass talk. Okay.
Good God. Great Kali.
With just a dash of racism.
A dash. You're a Great Kali. Wouldn't it be Holly? And also, I don't speak that language. It's Holly this time.
It's also known as the empty quarter.
Oh man, where's it located at? See,
Saudi Arabia, including it's the thing is 650,000 kilometers wide. basically about 250,000
And you
square
wanna tell
miles
me
of
that,
which includes parts of Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Yemen, and a larger part of the Arabian Desert.
So you trying to tell me that Nathan Drake got drop kicked out of a fucking plane,
Yes,
fell onto the ground
Mhm.
somehow, not broken a bone, and then began to walk all of that
in the middle of all this.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme, every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one.
Deviating aside, I just wanted to point that.
No. Now that we know that the Ruba Holly is a real place, why did you come here, my main man?
Are you my enemy, American?
You blow up my big buildings with your bombs.
Your plane fall at the sky, my main man. And you ruin my desert?
By
That's
walking
very rude
through
to me, my main man.
You know what fucks me up? I watched that movie Traitor with him and Don Cheadle. Great movie, by the way.
Nigga don't even talk like that.
He does talk. He actually does talk like that in that movie. Him and Don Cheadle.
Remember we did make fun of him in was it John Wick? Where we like, so you walk the desert, my main man.
You want that ring, my man?
Come on, get your finger chopped off, my man.
Eris had me rolling the fourth one though, but he was like, "Yeah, I don't have your wife's ring, dog. Like,
it's gone.
He's gone. It's gone." John just said, "All right, cool." Like, all right, well, there you go.
I might have let you go if you had it. There was an 85% chance that I was going to shoot you anyway. I mean, look, but by you telling me that it's gone after I just gave it to you,
you were this close. You went to the finish line.
Sorry, wrong.
Aaron, will you do that?
After I just gave it to you.
Hey, Aaron, here's your boy over there. Why are you putting up gang signs, my man? Anyway. Lovely.
Stand and deliver, dog, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, gentlemen. We are introduced.
It's a Gen X joke right there, kids.
We're introduced to Ron Perlman playing a Jewish gangster.
What was the line? No, the line that he told the other guy,
Al Brooks.
He told
Al Brooks
like, we used to eat that chink stuff in my.
This man said eating. He said you eat chink food like he said eat chink food in an Italian restaurant. Well, what's a Jew doing like owning a pizza parlor?
It's like, all right, Spike Lee, Jesus, racially charged. All right,
I was Al Brooks on that one.
I love the fact that shit that owns it. No, I love the fact that shit was 1 for 1. I'm like, you know what? You both scored on each other.
You a Jewish nigga named Nino. Get out of my face.
This white on white violence is just delicious. All right,
love it, personified. Now kiss,
please keep going.
Hey, Ron Perlman delivers. Look, Ron Perlman to me, I've loved them since Beauty and the Beast. Yes, I watched that show. All right.
Great actor. I liked him since the Isle of Dr. Monroe. No, I didn't. That's bullshit. Anyway, go ahead, Chris.
That movie is shit, by the way.
That movie is some shit. But you know what's the best part about it? Val Kilmer losing his mind is one of the greatest things ever in that movie. And Ron Perlman looking like white Rafiki. What just happened to I?
Like, oh shit, it's the Beast.
Marlon Brando was in that movie, dog. Seriously, if none of y'all watched the Isle of Dr. Monroe, it is a shit show. You have to see. You have to see it. Furries get banged out in that thing. I am not kidding you. The movie is mad.
It is a furry wet dream. Even
and when Val Kilmer
bestiality, if you will.
And when Val Kilmer starts losing his shit, he's like laying back with all the rest of the monkeys. He got his hand on one of the monkeys' asses. I'm like, yo, he fucked the primate, and you know it.
Got that
Oh,
hand job
God.
special, baby.
Movie is terrible. Three Black Geeks would not do it. Maybe, but we would not do it anyway.
Blue, do that fucking Blue Rabbits fucking shit.
Oh, dog, I will sing that the whole time. And now we got. Here we
Oh
go.
my god, but nah, that whole interaction with those two was just fucking hilarious because it was just unapologetically like, is this racist? I don't think it is. All right,
Nah,
cool.
it's Jew on Jew crime. First off, Al Brooks, gotta say, Al, I didn't see you being a villain in this.
He could play a very
Always a
convincing,
villain.
but he could play a very convincing villain.
Like the last time you played a good guy was when you was playing Nemo's dad. What was that? What was his dad in Finding Nemo? I forgot. Always said Al Brooks anyway. But
Al Brooks, was he?
His name was Merlin or something like that. I forgot his name.
Albert Brooks, though, I always thought he was in that same category as what's some of the other comedians like your Chandler, Gary Chandler, that kind of era of like that kind of era of comedy where it's like I get the comedy, I can.
He came from the 70s of comedy.
So he's like Louis Anderson, kind of maybe,
huh?
Like Louis Anderson. Well, Louis Anderson's like 80s.
More 80s.
Okay.
At least to me, I don't know if somebody can correct me on that.
But just that, but his brand, but get like,
right.
it's
Marlon.
Yeah.
Okay, but like Albert Brooks' brand of comedy, I did chuckle at it and stuff. Like I don't know, it's just that era of just stand-up comedy. Like some of it I laughed at, and some of it I was like, ain't for me, kind of thing.
It's kind of funny though to me. He's at this point in his career where it's like, if you really look back at his filmography, this motherfucker has played leads, comedy,
and
drama. You said directed, written, and all that. He's done everything. So him doing a role like this is like, you was chilling one you out.
Like, there was one movie that was it Defending Your Life, where it was like a very quirky movie about like him being on trial in like in heaven or something like that on whether he was gonna live or die kind of thing. And I was like, okay, there was some funny jokes in it, but like it just kind of like went over my head on a lot of stuff. But that's kind of like a visible Albert Brooks movie that I kind of sort of remember a little bit.
My favorite thing that Al Brooks has ever did was this. Homer, I got a question. Which one do you hate more, Italy or France? France. Nobody ever says Italy. Of course. Come on, it makes you strong like Popeye. Popeye. All right. Like I got shit like I get like, you want my shoes? They're moccasins. Don't want them. I don't want them either. Get the hell out of here. You ever hear a man yell out some shoes?
Listen, no. You ever seen a man say goodbye to a pair of shoes?
Homer. Once Homer.
But I think his brand of villainy in this movie was very subtle. Like, look, jumping ahead, when he just shakes Shannon's hands and then just casually just busts the I'm like, yo! And just said, it's okay. He just said, and then he did it's okay, it's fine, it's perfect.
It's okay, it's over. There's no more pain.
No more pain. I'm like, that is the most like.
A man broke out the straight razor.
That's a man that is killed, and now he's in the twilight of his years going,
what is life?
Right. Stop, bro. I like you, man. Look. I don't want to do this no more, man.
But
go to sleep.
Hey. Ryan Gosling did hit him at the end of the movie with "The future is now, old man."
And Bryan Cranston was in it, connected to a show that Bryan Cranston's in, Malcolm in the Middle.
I ain't gonna lie, dog. When Albert was like, "Oh, I stabbed him in the stomach," it's great. Oh, shit. Like, God.
I thought, but what made it so funny was that, okay, so obviously money was owed and all the rest of that, you find out that Ron Perlman is a low-level gangster that can't get no respect from the bosses on the East Coast because he's a Jew.
As that always is.
Such is life.
Hey, Ace Rothstein, deal with it. Anyway. So,
actually, like, Ace Rothstein got more respect because he actually makes money.
I gotta be real though. That
Got
is
me on
kind of.
that one.
And he survived the mass hits at the third.
Because he was because Ross Tim was actually working with the FBI. That's why that nigga survived shit. Let's not.
There's something just crazy weird about like the subculture of white people where it's like Jews and Italians were like butting heads like Civil War, and you're like, you're both white though, like so like.
My thing is Jews, Italians, and Irish
Yeah,
all got put into a headlock and DDT multiple times by Americans. Yet y'all can have wealth, but a nigga has more than $15. They want to tax us and arrest us.
it's just weird to just knowing that whole thing of him being Jewish is what keeps him from not like elevating. It's like, but you're white, like so, like what you know? It's just
all right, Chris. Let's go by the election. If the election told me anything, Jews are just like black people. Like whoa, 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 whoa. We know what we are. You look what we voted for. Yeah, back the fuck up. We just like y'all. We just like y'all black people. Bernie Sanders marched with us, with y'all. Come on. Y'all like Jon Stewart.
yeah, but it's just like Jewish and Italians was just like, yep, like I'm like, yo, they're real that just that subculture thing, and just the fact that did play into him not elevating. It's just like, damn, so you're like middle classing it up as a gangster? Is that what this is? I mean,
I
this
think
is
so. I think when you I think you're right.
Tony Soprano.
Gentlemen,
Uh-huh.
but you know that this is our first movie with straight out of Copenhagen, Denmark, Danish director Nicholas Refn. He directed this movie.
Yeah, he did the other one, God was it God
God
Kills.
could have done.
He did that. He did the next one with Ryan Gosling was like God Kills No
Yeah, God Forgives.
God Forgives and stuff with Ryan Gosling with the 1,000-yard stare and the broken nose and
with that drive ass neon as a backdrop.
Right, to Trey's point about people making this their personality and stuff, Ryan Gosling, I felt for a hot minute got kind of typecasted after Drive, just as being this like
because Ryan does it to himself. Because Ryan does it to himself. That's why.
Also, there was a movie he did with John Turturro, Fear X.
Yeah.
That one didn't do too good. Did not do too good at the box office.
That was the thing.
Ryan to his,
but he did Bronson with Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
which was a good movie. And I feel as though that Ryan, like I said, he does it to himself. But it felt like Ryan always read the script and said yes to the right things. You know what I mean? Even if the movies weren't good, they was his wheelhouse. He could. I
enjoyed. Hey, look. Me and D came out of Blade Runner. Was it 2045? Whatever the fucking year it is and stuff. I was like, he was actually pretty good in this movie.
He wasn't bad. That story was dated.
Yeah, very dated. But like even some of the other stuff that he does, like I feel he's leaning into that whole Drive archetype. Cause I just watched that movie, The Fall Guy. That's actually a really good movie that he's in that with him playing like a stunt guy in that film.
But he didn't say much in that either.
Yeah. And it just feels like he knows where he stands at, like, I'm a fine actor. Like, cool.
I take the roles that work.
I mean, he's kind of like the other guy. What's the other the dude? Was it Silver Lining? That white guy.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper. I feel like both him and Bradley Cooper kind of have like the same sort of career away a little bit.
I think Ryan had a better one, of course. I think because Brian actually won awards.
Yeah.
Like Bradley always would be up for them. Like Bradley was up for that last movie though when he's playing the guy in the orchestra.
Yeah,
I forgot the name of that, John. He was nominated for it too. Forgot it, but anyway.
Maestro.
Maestro, thank you.
Yeah, Maestro. Yeah,
I really lost the damn title in my head, but yeah, like he's always up for good roles. But I feel that Bradley, put it this way, him and Maestro was probably some of his best acting. We have seen Ryan hit his acting goal like several times, like bing, 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 bing. They're always, you know what I'm saying? Bradley's a little bit different.
Okay.
So I think he's weaker than Ryan. You know, that's not taking nothing off of Bradley. I just think he is, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is and stuff. I mean, but making the folks making the movie their personality. D brought it up like offline where we were talking about it, where it's like the movie's not Red Pill.
The only reason why I mentioned Red Pill, and this is for
I said
other
the movie
people
was not Red Pill at all.
No,
and
yeah,
look, only reason why I did that, and other people that might have the same idea that I had, listen up. It's because when we see the starter packs, I'm a lone wolf starter pack, or don't cross me if you're not loyal starter pack, or whatever little dumb bullshit, you'll see the driver show up.
Yeah.
You'll see him right there with the toothpick in his mouth, or him turn around with the scorpion on his back, whatever it may be. And that's the gateway drug into listening to Andrew Tate, pretty much.
I'm a man.
Yeah, now that you got your own personality, it's time to be a man. I got a question.
No, it's very simple. It's very simple. What color is your Bugatti?
I don't have a Bugatti. That's your problem.
Bugattis are piece of shit cars, by the way.
I don't like Bugattis. I'll take a Maserati. I'll take a Maserati over a Bugatti, man.
My favorite bullshit hustle mentality ass question is your bed worth $50,000? Why are you sleeping in it?
Motherfucker about to make people go broke just to be a baller for life, I guess. Like,
I hate
you gotta get out and hustle.
I hate all of these grifters. Being that, remember when we were kids and we saw that small Asian man with all those women around him on the speedboat going, "This is my life. This could be yours." And niggas actually called in. Don't put your hands on your faces.
No,
I didn't tell him to talk like that. He talked like that.
No. I'm face palming because nigga, that was the most diet Jordan Belfort ass shit I've ever heard.
But
it's the point to the camera.
I know all the investment strategies. No one, what you will get big money, big gain, and all the women give around him throwing up money and shit. You know what I mean? The 80s was nasty. And everybody
debauchery. That's why. Hey, look. That's why they. Hey, look, the OG of Red Pillar. Gordon Gekko. Greed is good. You're weak and or gay.
And if you love your girlfriend or wife, usually said by someone who has neither. Thank you, man.
The part that gets me is always, you have a girlfriend? How long have you been dating her? About 4 months. Have you had sex with her? Well, actually, no, I haven't, pussy. And that's the problem. The whole relationship needs to fall. If we don't have sex within the first 18 hours, no relationship.
And then after you have sex with that one, you need to find another one and have sex with her in the next 12 hours.
Concurrent, you see.
Come on, I do this all the time. And I don't understand why it's so hard for you guys.
Here's the one.
I wake up, I go to the gym.
Here's the one thing that they don't bring up.
With no muscle definition in here telling you to go to the gym.
All this talk, and not one time does the word condoms come out their mouth.
Hey, Chris, all this talk just for you at the end, just all this talk for us to get to the end of all this, for you to ask me for my credit card information. That's the problem I have.
No. I'm asking for your credit. I'm asking for your credit card information. So you want to learn how I do what I do? Join my course.
Yeah. Here's what I'll do is I'll watch the infomercials. Get the little 5-minute prep time, and then that's it.
But today it's. Join my private Discord. We'll have a Zoom call.
Say, fuck you, Baltimore.
I'm gonna show you how to make money.
I wish I could fill out words of life like these guys, man. I wish I was that much of a dirtbag.
Man, guys, I really wish I had hair on my chin like that. Look how
that's hair.
That's hair. His hair is.
That looks very. Are you a? I smell pork products around us right now.
This nigga still eat chitlins. I swear to God, man, that nigga look like he still eats chitlins and enjoys them.
First off, 'tis the season, folks.
Myron looks like he fuck bitches weird. Just like he humps like do this little
No,
like he
he's
did
like
something wrong.
he's like he's like Wendell Pierce and Waiting to Excel.
You're not gonna put that
Go back
on
to
Wendell
try.
Pierce. You're not gonna put that on Wendell Pierce. Papa Cup, you're not doing that. You're not doing that.
Man. But Drive though, there's a society of we live in a society, guys. We're white guys. We're really that Drive personality, the toothpick,
That's what I meant to go to. When it comes to Ryan Gosling's character, he's more of a Batman archetype. He's stoic, doesn't talk much. He has his own set of rules. Whether those rules cross the line or not, it's a set of rules that he stands by. He will defend people that he loves, and he wants a better life. But this is where D says boo to the symbolism, but I get it. He can't say no to the nature that he is. No, Scorpion on his back, the scorpion who stings the frog when he tried to cross the river, and you're like, why do you sting me? And the scorpion goes, it's in my nature. I'm a scorpion. That's what I do. So in the case of him, I'm a bad guy. What you want me to be? And that's something that every man can respect. On a level of men, I ain't talking about women in this. I'm talking about us men. We hear stuff like that, and we're like,
I ain't gonna lie,
that, bro.
I love Driver's Henry Hill.
Shit.
I love Driver's Henry Hill moment with the hammer. He busts my man's hand, and just there's nothing like a man.
He gave him the Tangier special.
There's something wild about a man demasculating another man around a bunch of women and shit, because now the women ain't gonna take that guy seriously anymore at all, period.
Sir, it's a man being completely emasculated in a vast ocean of titty.
Oh yes, because that silence from them looking down like, yeah, you ain't gonna ever call me bitch again. Like that ain't happening.
Which makes me look at them and go, well, wait a second. You mean to tell me you would still have the same stoic ass attitude if you took a Stanley to your freaking hand?
This episode is brought to you by Stanley. Stanley, the quality.
Hey, look, dog. Hey, Denzel
my bad. I'm sorry, it ain't Black and Decker.
Hey,
look, Black and Decker. You want the handle to snap on you in a year and a half? No.
Hey, look. Denzel got busy with the Stanley Hammer and Equalizer when he got that girl's wing back. So I mean, I'm just saying, like, and wipe the blood off and put it back on the shelf too. Like, bro,
wipe, hang it up.
Some smooth ass shit. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, that look when he put it up, like, you inconvenience me my moving this motherfucker. but yeah, I can respect that. I was like, it reminded me of because instantly it's like, well, D, you have your favorite hero that does that. Yeah, Kiryu Kazuma is a pure example of that too. Walking around silent, can kick anybody's ass. But you know what brings him joy? Get up there, Kazuma. I didn't know they were.
Let me tell you something. If you ever want something that's de facto Kazuma Kiryu, play the opening of The Man Who Lost His Name. That whole opening is peak Kazuma, just smoking, just in the bar drinking, just that whole shit right there. That's
one of the best.
Watching his ex-girlfriend from afar.
Yeah, I know, right?
Knowing that he could be in the same room with her and will never break that silence of.
You can't.
Why? I gotta watch you from the bar.
D had the best meme.
Never be a thing.
Girl takes off jacket and Kazuma's like, nah.
So she found, real quick, crash course. The girl that Kazuma was dating and chilling with the whole time was actually a spy. Yeah. Homegirl felt bad because she actually fell in love with Kiryu. She takes off all her shit, titties hanging out, all like, you can have me, Kiryu.
No.
No. And she's like, and he just walks out like, yo, Man, shit. Let's go.
She says you
One
can. She says you can have me cure you.
Well, that was a load of shit.
I gotta have sex. Ew. That's gay.
Like, nah, I know who you are. I'm not touching.
I'm thinking about Nishiki all the time. It's crazy.
But one of my favorite mangas that I actually read was actually Old Boy. I read the original Old Boy manga, and I got to I didn't get to the last volume. They didn't have it there, but I got there, and I read all of it. It was some straight up bang your girlfriend for 5 hours and just sit in the bed. Manliness. That's what the type of.
Oh no, you talk about Duke Togo and Queen Bee.
Dick Togo's another one.
Yeah,
He don't even talk.
he
But it's the
barely
same
talks.
thing when you have a stoic character like that and don't say nothing.
I mean,
like in pure
think about it.
Batman's a pure example of that.
Fist of North Star, fucking Kenshiro, same thing.
Kenshiro's the same way. Kenshiro's actually a. Can I say this? And this is not taken away from his manliness. He's more of a sad boy to me.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, he had his
like-
girlfriend taken from him.
Like,
He
and
was
this is
left
no
for
knock on
dead.
him.
Yeah,
It's like this. What type of rap do you listen to? Polo G? Really, nigga? Why? Because he speaks my life. Every song is about a homie dying or how he can't trust nobody. Every time I walk out with niggas want to kill me.
I mean, no, the man had his full resurrection of Jesus moment by walking in with that full beard and,
the
and completely hooded and covered and shit.
Which, by the way, Chris, I was mad as hell when they cut it off of him in the video game. I'm like, nah, you could have kept that thing. You could have kept it. We could have rocked it. I gotta find the skin for it, man. We could have kept that.
no, but the driver, that whole aesthetic of like this tough guy exterior, like just
He's not even a tough guy though.
He's a sensitive tough guy. He's a sensitive tough guy. It's like, but I think it's also fight or flight because just him.
And hold up, and that's something I read also. Somebody made a thing about how his character was the perfect blend of masculinity and being sensitive.
Yeah.
And he's right. This character is the perfect blend of what you want in a man. Somebody who's super tough and somebody who gives a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, he sees Oscar Isaac. I mean, he sees Oscar Isaac.
Given the timeline of when this movie came out, you would think of him as, so this guy would be Drake if he actually punched somebody.
I was actually scared he was going to say this. Oh, so he's actually, don't say woke. No. I was really thought you was about to say woke.
No.
But you.
First of all, this is 2011.
The second woke come out your mouth, I'll just slap it on the ground.
This is 2011. Nobody said that word. That word did not exist.
No, but
Black people were still using it in the proper context.
But it kind of goes into something too, because you remember this was also that time where there was this thing where people were kind of feeling some way, like the MCU at that time had like all the fighting scenes and stuff that people liked, but like there were people always like, when are we going to get the action movies? And I think around this time with Expendables 2 had already dropped at this point.
2011?
At this point,
yeah.
Yeah, so, but it was always like who was going to be the next action star, because nobody was really like there was, I mean, I guess you could say Matt Damon. They try to say Matt Damon was in the Bourne Identity movies and stuff.
The Bourne movies. Bourne movies was pretty much wrapping up with it pretty much wrapped up with Bourne
Supremacy.
Yeah,
but it was
let's not forget our favorite 4-foot action star, Tom Cruise, was still trying to do crap during this time too, where it's like, you're not an action star. Oh yeah, well watch this. Elysium, I'm in a mecha. Oh man, they're gonna kill me. I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be a new day. Come on, man. Like
but it was just like who was gonna be the next. It was always those articles you get from people like, who's gonna be the next Arnold or Schwarzenegger, what happened to the old action stars, and
Looking back on it though, Chris, I feel as though that a lot of people bought in to Jason Statham, but I don't think Hollywood bought into him.
Oh, they never did. Because Jason Statham could have been that guy.
He's been the best, most consistent action star. until maybe Vin Diesel and Momoa. Oh damn, Momoa right there.
Momoa. Yeah,
Momoa didn't get hot until the later end of the 2010s. So
Bullet. I mean,
he was
because
never really super action until he did Aquaman.
He did Bullet to the Head. That
He
was
did
before Aquaman. Yeah, Bullet to the Head. Like he was always that was the one that put him like.
And I know somebody's saying Game of Thrones, but he only did and then he banged out Homegirl. That was pretty much it. He didn't do nothing else.
He got killed.
He got killed very quickly, by the way.
But that was the thing that put him on, because I mean,
5 more seasons after he died.
Because everybody said to me, I'm like, oh, the guy from Stargate Atlantis, and I was like, all right, cool. And then Game of Thrones, I know he was in Baywatch for a minute, but he was. Yeah, he was. He definitely was. That's how long he'd been in the business. But no, Jason Momoa, it was like they were trying to make something happen with him because he did a bunch of like indie sort of movies, kind of in the vein like Drive. It was one that Lisa Bonet directed, where he was like this. Yeah, I know.
I wasn't judging. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. No, it was like basically it was kind of like Drive, where he played this sort of drifter and stuff. And he gets in trouble with the law, gets chased by the law. Yeah, and kind of really was leaning very heavy on his sort of like Navajo roots and stuff. It was actually pretty interesting, but it was kind of like in that vein, like Drive, where his character was kind of like the stoic but sensitive.
I'm gonna let you go on that one that you said Navajo roots. I don't think that nigga Navajo. I think he all the way Hawaiian.
I know, but the crux of the movie
He played it.
West Studi was his dad. So,
but here's guys, they made it authentic.
Yeah.
But wow. Anyway, but yeah, you were right. They were trying to find the next action star. I think the one that was really staring them in the face and they didn't want to really accept was actually Vin Diesel. I think Vin Diesel was the one that was the one they wanted, but they never really they did. It's so funny. Vin Diesel and The Rock kind of eclipsed each other. Yeah. And I don't like it because
Statham is in third place. Like, hey guys, what's up?
Like Vin Diesel been doing this since '99.
Yeah,
and now it's got to the point where people are like, "Hey, you weren't that great." It's like, yo, that's messed up, man.
But like even with like
he did it to himself. Yeah, actually, look, let's go keep it real. Vin kind of did that to himself by sticking to one series. He kind of did that to himself. So.
But Gosling was kind of like his way of doing action. He can do like the goofy action buddy stuff, like I said, Fall Guy, the one that he did with Russell, the one he did with Russell Crowe. Yeah, Nice Guys. I love that movie. Nice Guys, or even like the Gray Man that was on Netflix. It was kind of that kind of same sort of like it's serious but goofy kind of thing and stuff. It works on that. He can do the super serious stuff, but I think like when he kind of fell in line with the sort of like action comedy kind of thing and stuff, that's his wheelhouse that works out for him.
I think, you ain't lying. That's really what worked for him. But like I said, this was still during that time where he was still trying to
figure himself out.
But not him. He was looking for roles. Yeah. What can I act? What can I sink my teeth into? And what can I actually, build out of it and all the rest of that? And that's pretty much what, really what did it for him when he finally found. We ain't what he finally found it, because to me he's been doing solid work since probably the mid 2000s.
I mean, he was in Remember the Titans, man.
That's what I'm saying. He
was a liability at cornerback.
He was a liability. When they finally when he broke out the Disney on circle, he got the fuck out of it.
Oh yeah, he did. I think this is the movie that probably did kind of get him out of it in a way, if you think about it.
I don't know. I think it'd be that other movie where he
was it, The Notebook.
Probably. Here's the thing: the Disney, like all Disney kids, don't stay in Disney all their life. That's number one. Like even with Raven going back to Disney, she's like, I get Raven Simone.
Princess Diaries chick, she going back for a movie.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway ain't really broke off of Disney. She was always been a Disney kid.
She tried. She did run away for that hot minute when she was in.
She did. But Anne Hathaway is one of the other people that just stayed away. But Ryan, I'm pretty sure he did probably do one Disney project in the last 10 years. I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah. Or something adjacent to Disney. But yeah, anyway.
I mean, because it's kind of like when he did this movie that came out 2 years after this movie, Gangsta Squad, where he kind of tried to do that same driver sort of like persona in that movie and stuff, except just in 1930s and stuff.
I feel like
Which-
Gangsta Squad just didn't work. At the end of the day, it just didn't.
They try to make it stylized, like the Untouchables, and I'm like, yeah, but like, no,
It just didn't work.
you don't have a Sean Connery. I'm sorry, like
It's only when they got the Sean Connery. It's just that it didn't work. I think it gave off the idea it was going to be bigger than what it really was, and just didn't turn out to be much of anything.
Hey, Sean Penn's a villain because he's always looked like a villain. Of course.
So how you liking this this romance of I'm not saying much, but I'm clearly attracted to you type of bullshit.
Look at the hairstyle. Look at the hair says it all, sir. That is
what on both of them?
No. First off, Brian has always had that hairstyle in like every movie. Let's be real. But she has the single mom hair. You know?
Single mom. You ain't lying. The single mom hair.
Oh, I see. Sorry about that, gentlemen. I see we got into the part where the driver meets Earth 199 Meg Ryan.
Yeah,
Sorry, sir. Don't do that to Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan would have more speaking in this movie.
In a neo-noir, you don't need a dialogue-heavy script.
But sir, she's not squinting like Meg Ryan, so it
She's
doesn't work.
She's not the squinter. That's Renee Zellweger.
Sir, that's why I said Earth 199.
Quirky Meg Ryan.
She does this. That's Renee. Renee does that.
Why do you sound like Robert from Teen Titans?
Actually, I was going for Jennifer Tilly because I said I sweat my eyes like this. But no, that romance was.
They gave him the most white man T-shirt ever too, just to really like drive home the point.
Yeah, I live by myself.
Look at that, the 2010s working man.
Working man here, that's a man that come home. That man comes home to a pot roast. All right,
got the V-neck going. Her eyes are going to look down.
He got a thermos of black coffee. All right,
she's going to look like the V-neck makes you look down. What's she looking down? Down at the thickness.
He's an auto mechanic. That is the most blue collar thing ever. That's why I'm like,
last of the real. Like I think
the real job.
I think mechanic and electrician, mechanic, electrician, and HVAC. And HVAC is the last manly jobs that we really got. Outside of that is shoveling shit. So
wait a second. When you think about it, if you really think about it, given when he's actually talking with Irene in this movie about what he does.
I'm sorry, she had a name?
Yeah, she had a name.
She did.
It's bad enough that Ryan's the driver. I called her the woman because I never heard her name get called in this movie.
No, he actually said her name a few times.
I didn't hear it.
But anyway, I was going somewhere with this. I was saying when he describes what he does, the man is a stuntman, stunt driver, a mechanic, and of course he moonlights as a getaway driver. Bro, this man was the 2011 equivalent of what modern dating is when you describe what you do for a living.
I mean, think about it. You gotta live in Los Angeles, so you have to be a man of many hats here. And like, let's just be real, with him working as a mechanic, and also he does like heist on the side. On top of his day job, it's like this man got 3 jobs. It's like, yeah, that's about LA right there. Because you got to survive out in these LA streets at these high ass prices.
Yeah. I mean, never mind the fact that he, like I said, he moonlights as a stunt, like as a getaway driver. But the fact that he does the stunts, he's like, that's just temporary.
I mean, he probably got like a coffee cup somewhere with all the money stashed somewhere. It looks like a guy that would do that.
At the same time, he is a guy that's just trying to do the right thing.
Very minimalist too, because just has one bag.
It's that one.
Live in that little apartment.
You never know when you need to bug out.
I mean, look, man, it's again, you see what he wears in the movie and stuff. He doesn't really, change it up much, and stuff. So hey, that's a very minimalist life right there. I mean, even when you look at the ending of this movie with him just driving, and he may or may not have died. He might have drove himself to a hospital. I don't know,
Dude.
But
The fact that he would take a stabbing like that, it was still daylight. It's pitch black dark. My man was chilling in the car. Well, guess I'll go for a drive.
I mean, he probably did get patched up and said, "Fuck it, time to drive. Let's go."
I mean, he stayed in that car the whole time.
Yeah, but I mean, but I think that's the thing that you kind of get is just a man of many hats. But I don't think, and that's the thing too. I don't think it's the aspect he has those hats because, like, oh, I just want to impress. It's just like that's just a means to an end.
It's just a job.
It's
how he gets by. Again, you live deep in the middle of LA.
Yeah, which you got to drive everywhere. I mean, even those shots of like the first person when they're driving on Mulholland Drive, when he's driving on Mulholland Drive, going out to the grocery store and all that, like just those visuals. Just very pretty.
What's Super Smash asking? How much do Red Robin burgers cost in Cali? $15 in Massachusetts.
Last I remember. About 17.
Yeah.
About 17.
Hold up. With tax on that junk, you're paying at least 20.
Yeah, just about. Yeah. Because when I went out there to Napa, we went to Red Robin's out there in the Bay Area. So it was about. Yeah, just about. But yeah. But nah, just the visuals of just him driving everywhere, him doing the right thing, which in and of itself is. It's crazy how he just gets warped into it because Oscar Isaac's character comes back into the picture because Driver and Irene have been dating, so to speak, in a way.
I don't know. Well, it's kind of weird how they call
it. It's a weird dating situationship.
Yeah, that was definitely a situationship because while he's over here driving and they out frolicking by the creek and shit, he's like my man's over here holding the shifter and whatnot, and she puts her hand on his hand. I'm like, man, are you married? What are we doing?
Oh, he's in jail for another 3-4 years, so
Bro, she literally said that he was getting out in a week.
Well, no, she got the call later on, but that logic was, oh, he's in jail, whatever. And when she got the call, it's like, oh shit, he's coming back home. And it's kind of funny because Driver just kind of was like, well, I guess this is the end of this whole thing, so cool.
Yeah, and he was fine with it. He's like, okay. I mean, I like being around Irene and her son. Her son named Benicio.
Yes, Benicio. And Benicio sees his dad get beat up by some Albanian gangsters because he owes some money.
Albanian gangsters. I like how you just say Albanian.
I assume they're Albanian.
He got his ass whooped in jail, yes.
I mean, that was the son, don't look. I got my ass whooped. Please.
That was the don't tell your mom look. I'm sitting here bleeding from both sides of my damn temples and shit.
It's like, what happened to your dad? He fell down the stairs. Yeah. He slipped and fell.
I took a real nasty fall. Hey, what's that you got in your hand, kid? This man gave it to me. I'm looking at him like, son, that's how you know you're dealing with a gangster. When a gangster hands a child a bullet and told him to hold it.
Hey, man, he was getting juggled by some bullets later on. So
yeah, and of course, Driver knows.
We're about to turn your dad up. Hey, kid, we're about to turn your dad up. Go over there real quick.
Now, when the driver says, like when the driver asks him, so a guy gave that to you, huh? Told you to hold on to it. You want me to hold on to it? Okay. Like he quickly gave it up.
It's like, here you go.
Like, I ain't got no time for this white nonsense. Here you go.
Nigga, I did not sign up for this Albanian thuggery.
I want to go home and watch Sonic X. I don't want to be here right now.
We live in LA. Gotta deal with Bloods and Crips. Now I gotta deal with this shit.
By the way, that scene, that whole little montage, by the way, of them having a good time, and that shot that you see of the driver, the shot you see of the driver carrying Benicio back to Irene's apartment and puts him to sleep and all that.
Oh my God!
When I heard the song, Real Hero from from Electric Youth. Again, more gateway synthwave.
What happened to them? Did they stop?
They're still around.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I haven't seen that name in a minute. That's
they
why
put out. They did the soundtrack for the movie Breathing.
Like I knew there was a track they put out like around about 16, maybe 17, 18 or something like that. I remember that, but I ain't seen the name
they put out the whole album for Breathing. In fact, if I were to look up, give me a second.
I'm sorry, what'd you do?
No, I said I'm actually looking them up because I can tell you right now from Electric. Yeah, there it is, Electric Youth. The question you should be asking is what happened to College, because that's the one that made the song.
Oh hell no! Look, when you gave me College initially, I'll be honest with you, the music in College sounded the most 80s, but the problem I had with it was this is background music if it was like a motherfucking movie or something. And while yes, doesn't make great listening to stuff to me, you know what I mean?
Actually, the last thing they did was they did the soundtrack for the movie Come True. Yeah, that was a Canadian science fiction horror movie, but they did the soundtrack for it. So yeah, they're still around. They did that in 2021.
I think I still, like I said, I like the way, like Electric Youth, like that song came up twice in that scene and at the final scene. And as much as you know me, when shit hits the nail on the head a little bit too hard, I always go boo. But it kind of fit a real human being, and it was like a real hero. It's like, okay, all right, I let it go.
That song is great because really it came off of their 2014 album, which even though this movie came out in 2011, this is like the first you actually heard of that song. So they didn't put it on their official album until 2014, Inner World, which I have on vinyl, and their second album, Memory of Motion.
You got that on vinyl too? Well, of course you did. I forgot you did.
Yes.
Like, D, these are my people.
Yes, absolutely. This is my world. You know, while you had your Drakes and your Kendricks and your
hey,
and your Joey Badasses, I'm in the world of synth.
All right, Eric. As a dude that doesn't listen to Joey Badass, but I deeply respect, that was a good move. Joey Badass is a very good MC. I just don't listen to his shit. Also, side note, I didn't start liking Drake until about 2015. Oh, before then, D was a hater of him. What happened, D? What a time to be alive. I'm sorry, him and Future changed my life. Him and Future changed. I didn't like Drake or Future. That album came out. Hold on. That was the later one. Oh, the
other song.
Nah, but when they came out with on that same album, Diamonds Dancing came on. Second, I heard that beat and I heard Future doing his Future singing shit. I'm like, this is a scumbag song that I always wanted to have. And did Drake at the end start like, you doing me dirty? Anybody that heard that song is putting their hands up, like everybody at the end of the song is like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Question in life.
I will like I said, anything before that, nah, I couldn't stay and drink.
Gotta be honest with you, Driver had that same mentality that he's the guy that will actually spend big bucks on like this one special stripper at a strip club.
He does have the energy, but I'm glad he didn't do that. This movie could have easily had the
He's like the most non-toxic guy in this movie. It's like something toxic about you.
He's wholesome, manly. We don't have enough men like that because I think, and it's because of us men that we have that about us. But there's a plenty of men that balance both sides like that. You know what I mean? And it is rare that you get a lead that isn't a superhero to do this shit. You know what I mean? And I think that's really where it pops out.
I mean, because even his raw emotions of like when Shannon tells him that he was like, "How the fuck did they know where I live at?" And he was like, "Well, I," and just him snapping off on Shannon immediately, like, "What the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you do?" And just like, holy shit, like he really is like kirking the fuck out, like.
Nah, the jump for me was when dude met him in the restaurant, like, yeah, you did that job for me. And all of a sudden, the intensity got thrown to 1,000. He told me to get the fuck out of here. I was like, yo, you gonna let Disney Channel tell you that?
I bet you said Disney Channel.
Sorry
I
about
get out
that.
of here, though. Because the look on his face was, no, I'm going to kill you. You could just leave right now. Like,
I have rules in place here. You fucking it up right now.
Like, that's my day job. Like, he turned your boy red. My hours, my business hours are from 10 to 5, whatever. But yeah.
Sorry about that. I went to go grab the album.
God, I have not. Yeah, like I'm saying, man. Like, that's not bad though, Darius. I keep on forgetting. Like you said, these are my people. This is my time.
And the second one's still wrapped in the plastic. Haven't even cracked it open.
Like the VCR guys and
regular. Could you imagine if? And that's the album that I had. That Eris song. Eris gave you like a group of gave you like a data disc full of all synthwave. And I remember that album in particular too. But God, I just had what was in my head. Whatever, fuck it. So we get to the main plot of the main part of all this. You find out that Benicio's dad, Standard, yes, that's his name.
Standard.
Yes, that's a real name.
Neo-noir ass character name.
That's a name for Spanish people. We're not going into it. And I did laugh at the corny joke where he's like, "Do you know what your mom said to me?" Like, you know what I said to you first time I said your mom? I said this. Like, my name is Standard, all this. What did you say? I said Standard. Where's the deluxe edition? I was like, oh, and then they banged.
No.
And she had and then she and then you had a brown baby. I bet he was adorable.
Oh, no, dude. My favorite line though was, I remember I saw this girl, she had been like 18, 19. I was 17. Oh, so it was legal. Huh. So I illegally approached this 17-year-old girl.
Statutory rape. Okay.
Hey, yo.
Hold up. Wait. Look, we get to talking and yada, yada, yada. Then about a year later, you came around, buddy.
Airs. Can you imagine?
Drive in 2024.
Can you imagine it? Hey, kid, how you do? Like, Dad, how was born? So I saw this girl at the party. She was the most beautiful 20-year-old. I was 15. You were what? Why'd you say that shit in front of the boy? Why did you say that?
And why'd you say
she was younger than 17?
And why'd you say that shit in front of this stoic-ass, blonde, blue-eyed white man here?
Gonna embarrass me in front. No, actually, Aaron, thank you. So you're just gonna make me look bad in front of this white man like that. That's what you doing. That's what y'all all do. That's what all y'all do. That's what all y'all do.
Go to Chad's. Go to him. All right.
Now you can say this in front of Chadwick over here.
Nah, Ryan's not a Chad in this movie. He looks like a Kevin.
I think Ryan. What's Ryan? Hold on. What's the driver of Chad?
Was he a Chad? Yeah.
I'm about to say he was a Chad. Let's get that right. He was a Chad though.
He carried Chad energy.
Just him working on a car. Right there.
Sir.
And he smiled around his girlfriend. Something that Myron Gaines told us not to do.
No, sir. Right here.
That all-American t-shirt.
That dirty ass. I've been working on a Buick for 3 hours.
Gonna
That's
make me you gonna make me a meatloaf, man? Meatloaf and potatoes?
That's a good one, Chris. I can't come back on that one. Meat potatoes. You got me on that one.
You need the meat
You got that.
potatoes.
Hold on. Eric, hey, Chris, I got you though. So I smell that shepherd's pie you're making in the back.
Nigga.
That's a good one.
That's shepherd's pie, nigga.
Woo!
So what's up?
Maybe that's what they mean by like some of the white guys that be like, "Oh, I want to go back to the 1950s." Oh, you want to go back to that? You know, mine.
Yeah, well, your wife can't cook. When white women couldn't cook, you want to go back to that?
No, where flavor didn't exist in that house.
That bland ass potatoes.
Seasoning didn't exist.
That bland ass mashed potatoes and that bland ass meatloaf.
Where pepper and salt was used sparingly.
Not even sparingly. Pepper and salt were like distant cousins in that house. That far apart.
What's the darky doing on this chicken? Trying to pepper it up. What's you doing over here, salty? And they be a race war on top of your chicken.
A season war, if you will.
Season of war.
You imagine, just imagine the fact that, you know, racism would be over when we actually show white people spices.
That's bullshit because we showed them. Chris, the whole point of the Portuguese and Spanish going to the Americas was to get spices, and these niggas refuse to use them. What is this? They call it cayenne. Whoa, that's too hot. What do you call this? They call this salt. They call this salt. Whoa, that's too hot.
See,
that's what that's
you're going off that logic, dude. That just means that KFC wasn't founded by a white man because no white man.
Of course it wasn't. Eric, Chris, how many?
It's a white man from the South.
No. How many herbs and spices was in that?
16
11.
11 herbs and spices.
11.
Hey, errors. That is 2 spices. That is 8 more spices than white people will ever use. You already know that. Colonel Sanders went to one of his slaves. Oh no, they were sharecroppers. Slaves
with extra steps.
By the way, I love that. You know how many old folk I did that to? Nah, man, my daddy wasn't no slave. He was a sharecropper. That nigga was a slave. Don't
slaves, guys.
Nigga
My grandfather was a sharecropper of tobacco. Modern day slavery.
Like, y'all I gotta admit it. Like, if y'all got sharecroppers in your family, them niggas work for pennies. Niggas in jail get paid more than them. That's the difference.
Hold up. Inflation.
With inflation, they still get paid more than y'all. Hold on. Somebody said that to me, like, man, it's a sharecropper, migrant worker. I know the word slave. You don't have to do that to me.
All I'm saying is my dad grew up on a farm, poor-ish, working poor, if you would say. If that makes sense.
Working poor.
I mean, like, they got by.
The struggle, if you will.
Yeah, the struggle, if you will, you know, until he started working. But yeah, that makes sense. So, but seeing him getting the lowdown on how, because he owes what was it 400 or something like that, 400K?
No, what it was when he first goes into prison, he heard it was $2,000. Then he comes out and goes, nah, it was actually 5. No, wait, it was 10. No, wait, I'm sorry, 15. Come to find out, I think it was like $40,000 or something like that.
Yeah,
and he had to go and pull a job robbing a pawn shop.
They raised the debt on him though. That is such criminals. Nah, it's 1,000. Nah, it's 2. Nah, it's 5. Nah, it's 10. Nah, it's 20.
Sounds about right with student loans.
Hey Chris, keep
Sally
on.
Mae gives 0 fucks.
Hey, we need to figure out who the CEO is so we can hire homeboy. Well, an Agent 47, whatever that nigga name is.
Agent 47, yeah.
My man pulled the fucking Sicario.
Yo, they said that nigga had a
The fact that we saw this on closed circuit television.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
Folks, there are certain things in life. There are certain things in life that we could say we've experienced. I don't know if you guys remember this. There was an opposite end situation that happened.
Hey, Chris, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When homie got shot in the back, you know what I said? You got a 4-bullet deductible, bro.
Nah, dog.
I don't think it's gonna cover.
Nah, dog. That was some fucking casino.
NYPD got the goddamn nerve. We have a fugitive on the loose. No, we don't.
Nah, somebody did the meme.
One of my favorite jokes of all time. One of my favorite jokes of all time. Somebody's like, "Is it morally not right to own a piece of artwork from a guy who tried to kill the president? It was owned by Hinckley." And somebody came back and they're clicked. Nah. See, Hinckley missed, so it's okay. Anyway.
Nah, but just that, like that money going up like that, he decides to go to the job. I like how when he meets the Albanian gangster in the park, a man said when he's laying it down and stuff, and he wrote down like, "This is how much your thing is," and it says "fuck off."
Well, first he introduces Blanche, played by Christina Hendricks.
Yes.
So this is how much. Like this is how much she gets.
Yes.
This is how much.
White wife.
Like this is how much she gets. This is how much. This is how much. Like freaking Standard gets, minus what that asshole owes me. Like, and this is what you get. Writes on his hand, "Fuck you." Like, fuck off. Hey, listen.
Ryan, straight face.
Hey, listen.
Okay.
Listen. He
You
was
said
killing
gonna
it.
get him off, though, right?
Wait. Hold up. He was killing it with that Michigan State tracksuit.
I mean, he was until Hammer Time happened, and then.
I mean,
So there's a little fun thing where everybody says, "Did Ryan Gosling talk in this movie?" Yes, as you're seeing on the bottom, I said how many lines he actually had in this movie, which is 116, which is actually not a lot, to be honest with you.
again,
Christina probably only said at max 30 words before they killed her.
neo-noir movie is not super dialogue heavy.
It's not at all. And I understand it. Of course, no noir some noir movies are heavy in dialogue. It matters what the setting is. It matters what the story is also. But yeah, noir is supposed to be mainly done off the emotions of people, and that's where Ryan Gosling kills it in this one, because his whole face tells a story every time. Like when we said he was in the cafe and he got mad, you can tell everything that was on his mind. Like, you don't want me to crack open this world of pain on you,
Bro.
He had that look.
The fact
Like,
that he was
I
sitting there,
want to loose everything upon you.
the fact that he was sitting there minding his own business and homeboy came up to him, like, first of all, you're gonna approach me in this diner talking about some criminal activity, like in open airwaves in front of all these damn people.
Dry snitching on himself.
The camera, the way that camera did that sharp zoom in on him when he said, "How about this? You shut your mouth before I stomp a hole in it and shut it for you."
All right, and it was like, okay.
Damn, young blood. All right.
It was nice seeing you again.
There's an intense white man.
Stares and I'm just Ken.
I'm cool, man. I'm cool. That's what he stirred in. We cool, man.
So he decides to take on this job, and even I knew, and I'm pretty sure the driver knew, I'm gonna have to deal with this asshole later on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's go do this job because Standard wants me to help him. I mean, dude came to him like for help, and in a way you kind of owe him because you did take care, you did look after his family while you were in prison.
Could have banged out his wife, but he didn't.
Could have. You had all the every opportunity in the world.
A moral code.
So you had every opportunity in the world to slam that, but you didn't. You enjoyed the company of a mother and child.
I mean, even when she slaps him later on, it's like that slap of like, I just want to.
That is pure shit slapping. Like that, all the shit in the world was slapped out of Ryan when he said, "Look, give me the money if you want. You know, you can come with me. I can take care of you." And
Pop. And it was more of, I don't get to keep you.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
you're going to give me this whole rundown of, I got to be a man. You're about to get every ounce of this 100-pound slap I'm about to give you. It was on the same, it was on Eris. That was on the same level of Dennis Quaid's wife at Any Given Sunday when she slapped him like, motherfucker, you a quarterback. You don't get your ass
Oh,
up.
man, the fuck up.
so
Get out there and you better get out there and get this contract, rest of that contract.
So he goes and does does the job. Driver being the driver, sitting in the back. Christina Hendricks comes out first with the money.
Nope. Hey, D said it because I was looking the whole time the first time I seen this movie. So the twins ate out, huh, Christina?
Nah.
No.
It's all good. Look, it's all good. I still love you, baby. Oh God, D's in love with her. No, Christina's my girl. I love
Same
her.
time. Her the pumps and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a shot. There is a shot where she's coming out the jump with the pumps on. I'm like this.
She has a very
Look, hold on. Hey, Chris, it focuses on the lack of ass, but it's all right with D because I still love her.
But here's the thing. It's that like the way this movie is shot and with the way some of the clothes the characters have on, she does give off that sort of like, I guess, 60s sort of like look.
Hey, Eris, this look right there, that's the same look that Homegirl gave Tony and Tony.
Oh yeah, in the freaking the Sunray Hotel. Oh, Martha, hello.
My girl looked up, cut right back to the Western. Whoa!
But
I swear to God, we got to redo Scarface. I
love
that
knowing that under that freaking pillow that she's resting, notice that the other arm was under the pillow. She is holding on to that Uzi.
She got the ultra blicky on it.
Because I know we know the twist, right? It's crazy looking at the Chrysler 300 that's just in that parking lot when they pull in and how much
I didn't know. Again, I forgot that part happened. So when they pulled in, I didn't even focus on it.
No. See, I saw the Chrysler 300 show up. There goes D. Anyway, I saw the Chrysler 300 show up. What I didn't expect to see was your boy. It was first the gunshot rang out. Everybody's looking intense, like, oh my God, what happened? What happened? Standard comes staggering out. I'm like, oh God.
No, he didn't stagger out. He had backed up. And then as soon as he got 2 steps, he got shot in the neck. And
no, that's what I was getting at. He gets grazed in the neck. I was like, come on, dude. You're right by the car. Just hurry up. Man shows up behind him. What the hell?
My man pressed the A button to speed out of there and just. Nah, but when he
driver noped out of that situation real quick.
When he peeled out and that Chrysler 300 just peeled, I was like, oh shit. It was a trap.
No, D has not been in no. I have not been in no shootout okay. I've been around it, but let me put it this way. The only time I can say I did something like that was not going to say where I'm not going to give out names or nothing, but something went down where the gunshot was very, very close. I hit the Ronaldo Ray.
Nope.
Hopped in the car. I swore. I backed out of the parking lot like this. And then you do this move, we look over, and then you spin the whole wheel, yank that choke over. I think if you're a black man, you had to do it at least once in your life. Whether it was your friend involved or I was just going to Pizza Hut and y'all just started acting like niggas. It's like So I feel as though every black man has done that at least once in his life. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, I told y'all in the Fast and Furious podcast, I had moments like everybody freaking out when the cops come, that kind of shit. It's like, oh shit, get the fuck up out of here.
I had a come to Jesus moment with my aunt. I was telling her how her sons, when they found out that I had a license, they made me drive them around everywhere. And basically why, and you say, that's cool, D. No, I was driving around that Cutlass and they was trapping in the back seat. Hey, D, pull over here real quick, man. We'll be right back. I didn't realize.
Do you put the watch on the steering?
I'm in there. No, me and my cousin, we in there blasting BG or some bullshit like that. Just having a good. Thank you, Eric. That was the right emotion to do. Thank you.
Tony Schiavone, like, what the fuck am I doing in this
We
company?
over there. We over there like, we over there in the old car. Cash Buddy, BD Harvey, Betty and David.
I mean, the situation is not getting any better.
But I remember us making quite a few stops, and I told this to my aunt, and my aunt is on the phone with my cousin. He like, yeah, we did do that shit. Like, I want that Cuddy, right? I like, I always wanted y'all Cuddy, right? He like, yeah, and I still got that Cuddy, and you can't get it because I'm about to get in the Cuddy right now. Like, nigga, fuck you, I want that shit. GNX just came out, and I want my car. That's what I wanted all my life. I don't care if it's a Grand National. That's the closest thing to it that I wanted.
Them peeling out and just them how they filmed that whole chase sequence.
I will say the sound. Eris, tell me if you agree with me. If not, it's all good. The sound in that scene, the second that gunshot go off until the end of that car chase, is some beautiful sound effects.
Oh, it was amazing.
That gunshot going off was, boom! What the fuck? That was loud. Boom! Oh, like I said, at that point, it was Detroit. It was just Detroit noises at that point, man.
Roars and Detroit noises.
How'd you like that Chrysler getting the judo flip over that?
Bro. When he sat there, when he
water barrel
the movie, because all you see is Christina Hendricks in the backseat, and you just see the car in the background.
Only thing missing.
Simone, look, doing a full Simone Biles flip in the background.
Flips in Fast and Furious.
Yep.
Limp Bizkit.
Nah, that was
my way.
No, that was a no, sir. That was no, Chris. That was a I live my life a quarter mile at a time flip. Okay.
That Bison semi truck just.
Yeah, we did it. Metallica and Ja Rule said Ryu Cyclops. It made the worst song.
Nigga,
ever.
that was Zangief in like, I don't know, Hulk shaking hands or some shit.
Don't put Rodden in this. Don't put Rodden in this.
That was Zangief and Hulk shaking hands, thinking that was gonna work, and fuck no, it ain't.
No, that was Kuma and Lee Chowland doing that. No,
so you are not Ice Cube and Corn, all right?
No. That was I'll tell you what that was.
That was
that
famous.
No. That was that famous picture. That was a famous picture of Mai and Chun-Li face to face, titty to titty.
Yeah, doing this. Well, I mean, you gotta give. He's like, hey, it's the big titty wars. It's like, who got it? Chun or Mai?
Mai actually, in that case.
Yeah, Mai does.
Yeah, Mai by a long shot.
Even if we're going off of, all right, we're joking too much, y'all. Bring the breastises in reality. She still beats out Chun-Li.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it dropped from a triple D to a strong ass C, but it's bigger than Chun-Li's.
Yeah, I mean, I favor Ripley era Chun-Li with the tracksuit.
Everybody loves Alpha Chun-Li.
I call that Nike trainers Chun-Li.
Hey, Nike trainer Chun-Li is still dope as shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, it is, sir. Yes, it is. She still had the legs.
Yeah, you get the best of both worlds.
So they get back to the they get to the motel.
The motel, sir, not a hotel. Motel.
No, I said the motel. I said they get to the motel for the.
It's a motel where drug deals happens.
No, that's sir. Gotta put some respect on that. That would be more, that's more for the elevator ones. Your La Quinta Inns.
No. I mean, if we're going motels trapping, this is like old school motel trapping.
That's
but this one, no, but this one,
Super 8, bro. That's Super 8 shit right there.
Nah, not even Super 8s, nigga. That's Ray's Motel off of 28. All right,
nigga. Calvert County Hotel and shit.
Nah. This. All right.
Sons of Anarchy just happens to be sleeping there that night and shit.
For all
O'Reilly's.
For all of our people from Maryland that went down 301, y'all know about this. Nah, that's the Thunderbird Motel that don't exist no more. That's the Thunderbird, man. Where you can tell that there was prostitutes in that motherfucker.
Like 1960s prostitutes, probably.
Boy, I feel like when you pulled it in here, there had to be one girl on the top, like, welcome. She's like wearing lacy drawers and she. No. When you approach her, she's like the merchant from Resident Evil 4. Welcome, and just opens the code.
It's just gross.
Got some rare things on sale.
It goes from thank you, Eris. It goes from we put the spring in Springfield to what are you buying?
What are you buying?
Got some hook tour for you.
Oh God!
Hey, let me get. Hey man.
Hey Chris, does it come with a meme coin scam?
Does it come with a very, very mediocre podcast?
The most widest of podcasts.
Oh my God, I did a crazy thing once. Hot tour. I would go full.
She is an industry player.
I could do the voice, but I'm not.
If industry player had a face, it's Hot Tour Girl right there. That is industry plant right there, man.
Boy.
That's some MTV real world manufactured shit right there. Like, it's like Catch Me Outside Girl Part 2. Like, how did you become famous?
So, yeah, I agree, Super Smash. The filmmakers badly wanted her last name to be Devereaux. Blanche Devereaux. And she's a redhead.
Blanche, like, first off, yes, Christina Hendricks is my wife, but you're not gonna talk about my gilf like that and not think I ain't gonna say nothing about Rue McClanahan would have got all of her teeth rearranged fucking with D. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Nah, take him out tonight.
It was funny as hell. And was it School Fight? Ice Cube and them and shit. Christina Hendricks.
Oh, Christina Hendricks is actually, in my opinion, a very good voice actress. She has 3 voices: her sexy voice, her doing it's her sexy voice. It's only 2 voices: her sexy voice and her doing what I like to call. Oh, that's really Christina, even though it ain't. It's basically her voice doing country. Like, it's her doing country. It is like, wow. It sounds like you smoke cigarettes and spit everywhere. Like, it's that type of voice, man.
So let's think about this, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
You're back in the hideout. You're questioning Blanche. Then, of course, you turn on the TV. You hear all of this full lie that's being reported. By the way, did you guys like that post-production ass newsroom that they shot it on?
They're never going to get newsrooms right in movies, but go ahead.
So anyway, cut the TV off and goes, so, did you know about a second car coming? You're saying no. Okay. All right, sure. You didn't know about the second car.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know? Did you know that what was about to go down went down?
Mm-hmm.
No, I already told you everything I know.
No, you didn't. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Notice how he stood over her. Like she's sitting on the edge of the bed. He stood right over her, and I'm looking at him like, this nigga putting on the gloves. You already know what's about to happen. Are you okay?
Dude, it's the hand in this.
She couldn't even get a full scream out. All you heard was So now, let's try this. Every time I ask you a question, it's the truth. Where are you gonna rob us? Yes, I was. What's the guy's name? Cook. What's his real name? Chris, but everybody calls him Cook. Where can I find him? So he's like, okay, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna take me there. Like, we'll clean yourself up.
You know what? People don't realize that in the 80s and 90s, whenever they did the Lifetime battered wife movies and stuff, that's exactly how those white ass husbands be acting, like on some like get in the kitchen and cook tone and shit.
Nah, it's a lot. You try to be respectful, but it comes off more disrespectful.
It really does.
No, when you point at the bathroom and say, "Go clean yourself up."
That is some white man. I beat my wife. Shit, right there.
I mean, the most diabolical of diabolical behavior.
Now, granted, he was very fair in doing that because he almost got me killed. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
He said, "Listen, a wife and child. Listen, you just made a kid lose his dad. You almost got us killed. You're lucky I don't kill you right here where you sit. So we're gonna go." So she goes in the bathroom and she tries to get herself fixed up and still crying and shit. Phone rings. It's like, hold up. Picks up the phone, looks at her.
In the shadow.
Bro, that shadow from the front window.
Nah, it's the shotgun in that glass window. I was like, oh, you did.
The slow raising shotgun. I'm like,
for me, it was this part of her face opening up and swinging that way.
Because
someone say, hey, Christina, I need you to do like Fat Joe and lean back.
I mean, and
real talk. This because again, I haven't seen this movie in a while. The second I heard that gunshot, plow me.
What the fuck?
I mean, look, there's a fight or flight thing that kicked in for Driver that I thought was interesting because he's sitting back through the mattress over the door, which is heavy enough to kind of buy him some time to where he thinks. And like the aspect of him catching the shotgun when that thing poked out the door like that and just punching him, and then grabbing the fucking damn shower thing. Is it fuck it?
Man grabbed the broken shower rod, stabbed him.
I mean, because it's either you're gonna punch him to death or punch him unconscious. Nah, bro, you did. No, we're not doing this.
Thank you, Superman.
I will say this.
Your drone do the show to leave.
I will say this.
I know that's your girl, T, but I'm sorry.
No. I appreciate it because those are practical effects that they used to blow her head off. So I loved it. Nah, that was like I said, that was an opening. That was a flap going this way.
I mean, it's a sawed-off shotgun. That shit ain't no fucking joke.
Dog. And like I will say this, the only thing I will say, but it fits his character. I do, when it comes to characters like him, like the Driver, I do, as much as I understand it, I always hate how OP they are. I always hate how you're OP. Even when it makes sense, it's like, come on.
I'm getting out of this.
They're finding a way out of this. Like, see what Batman is like, see, that was bulletproof. But even still, it's like, hey, yo, Bruce, who did you know? Is that like a wizard or something that's protecting you? How did you get out of that, nigga? Like, I always question it. Duke Togo is probably the worst of that shit. Because anytime he's halfway one-upped, he just pressed the win button and just, it don't matter no more.
Cena mode activated. I mean, the fact that he was able to wrestle the shotgun without blowing a foot off is amazing.
That's the part that got me.
Bro activated that. He activated that Game Shark.
Oh, and then my man that bust through the door finally. I'm like, well, shotgun to the chest, you're done. It was the pause of like, shit.
It's like, yep, too late to even turn back. Like, nah, dog, you out of here.
Down in the manager's office. Hey, Reggie, they're shooting up there again. Mm-hmm. We'll give him an hour. We give him an hour then.
$1 million,
They're
folks.
used to it, there. They're used to it.
So $1 million. Once he gets it out of Cook, because again, hammer time. Just like when he took the hammer out, I'm like, oh, and then just walks in a dressing room while he's talking to just hit bit. The
only thing that was missing was one of the creepiest lines I ever said by your boy. You hear that? Sounds like a little girl. Like that was the only thing that was missing because he was crying like a full bitch.
Escalated that man in front of all the busy women.
He said, what's that? You hear a little girl? Hear a little girl? You should hear a little fucking girl?
So
what happened to the fucking tough guy that told my friend to like stick up his fucking ass?
Hey, Chris, my favorite one, the one white girl over there like this. No, that's him. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
No, now notice that. Notice when you come. No, notice when you come. Like whenever the driver is coming in to handle business, what's the first thing he does? Approaches the scene, one hand in the front pocket of his jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, he about to do some shit.
That
right there. Thank you, D. Yes, rolls in with the hammer in hand.
Some psychopath behavior right there.
Yo, shout outs to Stanley. He rolls him and his partner Stanley.
Driver sponsored by Stanley. It gets the job.
And I like the fact that he was very polite, asking the young lady, where can I find Chris? It's like it's over there in the dressing room. Where would that be? Right over there. Thank you.
Cool.
Walks in.
It's so smooth with it, just bit. I'm like, God damn! Like,
it's the wailing.
I can't imagine. Look, I can't imagine the pain.
Do you know how much nerve damage that is?
Like, I've hit my thumb accidentally, like you do when you're hammering stuff. That hurts. It's a pain for like about 3 hours. Just like
Your hand having your hand get hit that many times with a hammer, it's like looking at a life bar in Resident Evil. You go from fine to danger off of 3 hits.
It's called rage art, sir. Rage.
I can't even call that rage. That's like when you get bit by a zombie on hardcore. You go from fine to red caution.
That man went into red immediately because he a bitch. Because that motherfucker was just
dude. Because again, you ain't felt pain like having, like I said, like having Stanley go 8 rounds in less than 10 seconds on your hand.
Well, then again, he did catch a fork to the eye and a knife to the neck. That was on some like, you failed me. You're done.
First of all, you call Ron Perlman and it's like, I want to know who your boss is. Somebody get Tina on the phone. Again, girl, just one of the girls just pick up the phone, like, got this nigga on speed dial, hands it to the driver. Driver's like, I got something of yours. What are you calling me about? Yeah, you might want to come get this. It's $1 million. Just thought you should know. You're not really good at this, are you? Hangs up the phone, John Wick style. And
Ron had that look on his face like, shit, I guess I am messing with the wrong person. Like,
no, you know what he did? He did this. He turned off. I could have got her. I could have got Shorty and Benicio the fuck up out of here.
I could have.
Good have. You did.
Walk out of here. They probably thought I was dead. All right, whatever.
All right, here's the first thing we're gonna do. Let's find out the first thing we need to know about this guy. And that's when the mid-grade Shiva decides to go visit Irene and Benicio visit at the apartment.
DeVito. Hey.
I liked how you knew he was there to kill. Oh,
yes.
The second you well, now, yeah, he was already on the elevator, right?
He was.
He was already on the elevator, and they got there. I was like, oh, okay. So very well done by the movie, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Gets quiet. She's right behind him. He turns to her and he kisses her.
No. Wait, hold on. It's first he notices the gun.
Oh yeah, you're right. He notices the gun.
Notices the gun in the jacket pocket. He already knows. All right. It's when you see the motion. Yeah, thank you, Chris. That slow moving of the arm puts her in the back corner.
Man, it's such a gentleman.
Goes in for the full kiss. Like, okay, listen, I'm about to do something that's going to be quite traumatizing to you.
It's the most Clark Gable gone with the weird ass shit.
Chris, y'all, he kissed her, and as soon as he turned around,
And the most manliest shit ever. Some dude that's like 6'6", built like Roman Reigns, like, yeah, man.
He stomped this dude to the point where you heard the blood gush.
Crack.
We heard the following.
What's that, Nick?
This man got the welcome to the family son treatment.
That single mom was looking kind of sort of turned on a little bit.
No, she was
not turned on, Chris.
Chris, that is the look of a horrified white woman. Okay,
because he turned because he turned around making that puppy dog look because he's Ryan Gosling. It was one of, I'm sorry I did this in front of you. You know what she was like? You need to go to therapy.
Oh man, he goes to therapy. He just listens to.
You need to sit and talk.
It's okay. Driver's gonna go home and listen to some Jack Johnson. It'll be all better.
Let me tell you something.
Remember, real men don't need therapy. We don't need therapy. We got all, we're men.
It's called Fight Club. Yeah, Fight
Let
Club.
me tell you something.
Hey, come on. Let's take our shirts off, guys. Let's go. Let
me tell you something, gentlemen.
So
when a pair of dockers stomps a whole skull in.
Damn, those were. I don't know, man. I don't know. Driver wear he wear Levi's. He don't wear Dockers.
I'm talking about the. No, sorry, not the Dockers. The workman boots that he was wearing.
Might be some Timbs or Wolverines.
Get stopped on by Rockports, yeah?
Yeah, the Rockports.
Hey, that Rockport 2s.
No, hold on. You know that shit was hella intense because when he grabbed the bar, he's like further stuff.
My man over there doing the full Jimmy off of Goodfellas, aiming with the foot and.
Hey, look, man. Look, Driver already looks like he shops at vintage thrift stores. So that might have been like one of those 1950 boots.
Got them jokes that got cat. They got the cat jokes, the cat on boots now. Cat make their own boots. I heard them jokes is comfortable as fuck.
He got them special. He got them special. Because he got to stay live on his feet. He got them special edition American Eagle boots.
American KKKs.
It is. Hold on. It is LA. So yeah, they probably like, see what you did to my Balenciagas, nigga. It's LA.
Nah, because people also forget. We talk about like the whole thing of people making this movie their like personality, but it's also like that vintage wear shit that white people have been revitalizing. Which I'm like, I mean, it's cool, but like
vintage shit. To be honest with you, actually is a sign of taking fashion from the poor. I'm not really skilled in explaining it, but I've heard it explained to me a couple times. It is like, so it's just another film of stealing from black people. Yes, it is. Like, okay, cool.
It feels very steampunk, where it's just like it's like vintage to me is like I'm black, so like what the fuck does vintage mean to me? Like unless I'm Jonathan Majors and I want to dress up like I'm in the civil rights movement.
You keep on finding a way to keep on making the same damn jokes. If you don't leave that black nigga.
I can't
And
help.
a married man. He's a
Happily married.
married man now.
Happily married. Megan blinked twice.
Why are you gay?
That would Megan ask him every day.
Why? Why can't you let them? I keep on telling you, Eric. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Chris is that way. He's like, no, I don't care. I don't care about Megan, but she married him. that is Chris all the way. She married Clubber Lang's son.
I find great. I feel happy.
She married Clubber Lang's son. Chris, you know that wasn't the plot line. Shut up, D.
I feel great about this because I have like solidarity with black women that are asking those same questions. Like,
no, you don't. Quit
yes,
that lie, Chris. Quit that.
Shut up. Be quiet.
There's black women out there questioning that pairing. You know it is. They
Chris,
exist.
CJ, it is free 99. Just stop.
So after that brutal skull cracking, that American History X style skull cracking that we got,
Don't watch
your boy's on the highway.
Jesus.
Everything's fine.
By the way, Pacific Coast Highway, by the way, which I've driven on. Yeah, you're likely to fucking get driven off a cliff because it's that high up.
I want y'all to see something. Like with all things on Three Black Geeks, I try to find the right picture, and I think I found it. Hey, Ron, what was you thinking of when you saw that car? That's a motherfucker that knew he was about to die.
Nigga got drowned in the ocean.
This is the way I'm going out, huh?
Nigga got drowned in the ocean. Like, god damn.
Well, no. Actually, according to the driver. According to the driver, he didn't make it across the river.
What did you do? Also, by the way, you know what works for me? Not only did he drown a nigga, but he did it with the rubber mask on.
Yes.
That
was the coolest part.
Imagine if you real. You're drowning, and all you see is that weird mascot that was in Scarface that came out trying to do that's what that was to me. You get your ass kicked by that nigga. Look, what is happening?
The visuals of him rolling up to that fucking Italian restaurant and poking and just watching everybody partying and snorting coke and all that and shit and stuff. I'm like, all right.
Because prior to that, remember, the driver actually went back to Bryan Cranston. Oh yeah, that's right. In case you forgot, people, Bryan Cranston's still in this movie.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when you're working on a movie while you're working on an Oscar award-winning TV show at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you notice that he's not really in the movie all that much. When he confronts him and tells him, "How did they know where the hell I lived? How did they know about Irene?" Because after he had got away with the money, he didn't try to tell Shannon much about what went down. But you notice that the only question that Shannon kept asking was, "How much was it? How much money was it?" I'm just saying, man. Out of all of the robberies that you had to be a part of, you had to be a part of this one.
I mean, it was like the most happenstance of happenstance.
Yeah. So when he tells him, "Look, fine, I'll deal with it. I'll take care of it." He approaches him and he asks him, "How the hell do they know where I live? How the hell do they know? Like, did you say anything about Irene? Because they knew everything." I'm willing to bet, Shannon, yeah, you sung like a damn canary about the shit, thinking that things were going to go one way.
Yeah, because it's here's the thing: them stealing from the East Mob is a scenario where they had to pretty much go scorch earth and kill everybody involved.
Bear in mind, Al Brooks' character, he did not know anything about the East Mob rock.
Oh, he was pissed off at him for doing that shit. Like, dude, come to me before you do this bullshit. The fuck? Like, come on.
He's like, you know what? You could have just left the driver alone. We had an investment. Oh, by the way, how'd y'all like that? How'd you guys like that that non-existent plot point where he was gonna be a driver with
NASCAR,
with
yeah.
that $300,000 NASCAR? That
man was
went
over there
nowhere.
He was gonna be in the fucking
He was
damn.
like-
He was gonna be in
like,
them
I
little.
always
What's
wanted
it?
to have my name on the side of a car like this. I'm like this. Oh yeah, that was a plot line.
He's gonna part league.
That's a plot line that they did not have enough in the budget to explore. So
Now, there's one thing
So-
that we didn't mention. Hold on, Eris. There's one thing that we didn't mention about Bryan Cranston. We mentioned that, yeah, he had a limp. The reason why is because they broke this nigga's pelvis years ago.
Yeah.
He ain't been right since then.
So when
it gave Bryan Cranston the thing like, can I add a limp for this guy? No, Brian, you don't have to. I'm gonna add a limp for him. All right, cool. Go. All right, Brian.
it's all right. They lose me after the. So when's your next scene, Brian? Oh, they actually lose me after the straight razor.
Like all of a sudden, like him and the Al was talking so you want to are we going to do that scene tomorrow? Yeah, we got to do it tomorrow. I got to fly out and actually be somewhere else for it, but yeah, we can do that tomorrow. You want to run over lines now?
I actually got to drive back to Albuquerque around 10 o'clock tonight. So let's go ahead and run through the lines one more time.
Are you going to be recording tomorrow? No, it's the end of the week. I just want to get there early. You know, me and Vince, we got a meeting, and I just want to make sure we got everything.
Like we're in for a table reading. I got to be there for a table.
Oh no!
reading.
Hey, look, we're joking about this, but no, that's how Brian was because he was dead super serious about doing Breaking Bad like that. He was like really into everything. He didn't write for the show, but he wrote his own lines for every now and then for Walter. So of course he's going to be a part of every step of that shit. But you know, whatever.
So, but back to the restaurant when freaking Bernie goes for the knife and fork and stabs homeboy in the eye and then stabs him in the neck. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely a telling sign of not only did you fuck up, but this shit could have been absolutely avoided. When he looks back at Ron Perlman and says, "Now it's your turn to clean up the mess."
I mean,
that's good old mob. That's all good old clean up your mess mob talk for you, the one that fucked up.
Yeah, there's nothing you can say or do that's gonna tell me otherwise. So,
I mean, I like the honesty of it though, because it's like, yeah, it don't matter what I do. I already know what the deal is, so let's cut the bullshit.
Ron Perlman gets taken out, and you already know after the driver confronted Shannon, and he told Shannon straight up, like, look, get out of town. I need you to just leave. Do not come back. You do not come back ever.
Lost your LA privileges.
No, Brian. Like, hey, Brian. When he told you to leave, when he told you to leave, he meant leave like at this very second. Not take your time, grab a freaking old school 1950s.
Make sure you got everything out the house.
Man, my ass would have got one of them fucking damn muscle cars and I would have already been in fucking damn Arizona.
Like just get out of town.
I'm trying to see Diamondback play. Y'all trying
the moment Al shows up, just hanging off to the side,
stares and owed you.
Yes, stares and murderous intent.
Like, stares and you're more of a New York than L.A.
You know, any idea where he could be? And again, taking a page right out of Breaking Bad, Mexico.
Belize. He knew that was bullshit the second he said it.
He said Belize, I think, and I love the fact that like I said, Vince Gilligan must have been watching this movie because that same line of dialogue was used in Breaking Bad.
Again, like I said, the subtlety of him slitting his fucking wrist like that was just like Jesus. Like it's like the reaction time.
Dude, it wasn't even a wrist. It was like from here to the wrist.
But he was so casual with it on his face. It was just like, I'm like, Jesus, like, yo.
This was a telling sign for me. The first time he went to go shake his hand when they made that deal on spending $300,000 on a race car, Brian went to shake his hand. Dude wouldn't, Bernie wouldn't shake his hand. This time when he goes to shake his hand, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess bygones could be bygones. Yeek.
It all fell apart.
I mean, look, and just the conversation that him and Al have, like after he drowns Ron, and it's just that cutaway conversation of them, like basically setting up where they're gonna meet up at. And it's like, I mean, it's just like obviously they both plotting on how they're gonna kill the other. It's just a case of like how they're gonna do it.
How and when, no bullshit.
Because I'm like, all right. First, I'm thinking, hey, I could just take the money and fuck off. But then you had to go and name drop Irene and the kid. We're about to kill each other. Okay.
All
Where
right.
we meeting at? Great Wall? Fine. They meet up, but before he meets up, we get one important scene of the driver calling Irene and telling her, hey, look, I'm gonna have to go somewhere. And I'm probably not gonna be able to come back. Just so you know, you and the kid were probably the best thing that ever happened. And hangs up the phone. Again, neo-noir. You gotta love it. These two meet each other in the freaking restaurant. And I'm like, for real, I'm looking at Al like, yo, Al, the fact that he got you your $1 million and after all the blood and and the amount of bodies. I mean, both of y'all got some freaking got bodies on your hands to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
What's the solution? You give me the money. The girl is innocent. Nobody knows anything about her. She, no one will come after her. She'll be free. I can't say the same for you. Nah, for you, you're going to have to look over your shoulder for the rest of your life. But you can walk out of here just fine. I'm like, you're really not giving him any option here. Knowing that I got to be paranoid for the rest of my life, knowing that I just gave you $1 million of your money. Nigga, you got your money back. Like, I ain't spent it. I ain't done nothing. Why can't you just leave me and the woman alone? So, of course, they get to the trunk. And, oh, yeah, the driver gets stabbed. And this is when I have to question, so just how superhuman are you? Because you took that stabbing and you sat in that car for a good minute. It wasn't even golden hour yet. And you sat there till nightfall and then decided to drive.
I mean, I still like the whole, he stabs the other guy.
In
Like,
the middle of the day, though.
Yeah, in the middle of the day. I'm like, dude, the fact that you stabbed him up and left the cash.
I mean, I would have took some with me. Maybe he did take some.
No, he did not. I don't think he did.
I will. Like, he didn't take none of that.
He didn't take none of it.
Wow.
I will now, real quick. I just got to say this one thing because I was looking it up because I hate saying somebody's Jewish and they're not Jewish. I looked up Al Brooks and he is Jewish. You want to know his real last name? His real last name is Einstein.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
In other words, his name is Albert Einstein.
Yep, Einstein.
Albert
Yeah,
Lawrence
you
Einstein.
Al Brooks. You Al Brooks. I know what he saw. Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is Jewish. My last name is Brooks. Yeah, let's go with that. And I did say you seem more of a New York than a LA. No, he's an LA Jew. So I got it wrong. See, I want to make sure. I just wanted to make sure.
Hey, he's in that Gary Shandling, fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm dude.
Yeah, Larry David's pure New York. Well, actually, hold on. I gotta check that out too. I don't want to be wrong with that.
But nah, this movie with him driving at the end and stuff, everybody presumed he must have died or
I don't think he died.
He didn't die.
I don't think he died.
He just kept driving.
Where the open ending question is for me is where's he going off to? What's going to be his life from here on out?
Mexico.
And it's like
to his next adventure.
That's what I'm saying. Where's it going to go at? It doesn't matter. Probably
no,
not.
because there's never going to be a sequel.
Oh yeah, this is one of those movies that don't deserve a sequel. Like I don't want to see them remake something like this until about 2050.
We're gonna
I'm not
remake
even-
Drive, and I'm like,
Like I
just
wanted
make
to be a minute before they remake this movie.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the story was simple enough.
Yeah, it didn't need to be. It didn't need to be difficult. I think it was the cinematography and the neo noir, like you said, nature of it, and stuff, and just the visuals and the vintage, and all that stuff, and then Gosling playing a character that again exhibits manliness, and there you go, perfect recipe of, and also film snobs pretty much being up their own ass with this movie.
this movie
I love this movie, but it's
kind
like,
of
man,
made you want to be snobbish about. See, there's always it's one
like
thing
pinky
where,
in the air snob. Like,
put it this way: if all three of us were snobbish with Gladiator 2, they will run us out of the fucking building. But being snobbish with this, have you seen this shit? This shit is beautiful. Have you seen, like, dude, have you heard the sounds in this movie? The Foley artist was on point. Like, that tells you something, man. This whole movie you can tell that this movie had a lot of love and a lot of people really, like, you can tell that the cast dug the story. They really wanted to make it the best way they could. And you took it. The one thing I do like about, like, we can always say that movies are oversaturated with certain things and all the rest of that. It's always going to be a thing. It's when you can take a step back and look at the art and the actual art that was being made at that time. This is just one of those movies. Is it a 10 out of 10? Like, but is it really good? It's very fucking good.
The movie got come on, it got a standing ovation at the film festival.
It deserves it too. It deserves it too, because when you can see the effort put into a movie like this, is lovely, man. I really do like this movie, man. This is one of the movies where, if I never told you, Eris, I'm telling you now. I'm glad you made me watch this. Man. If I never told you that, I'm glad you made me watch this movie. I do question when I would have eventually watched it, but I'm glad that when it came out, you was like, okay, Ryan Gosling, shut up, D. Let me talk to you.
Let him cook, man. Let him cook.
Because here's the thing, because D, Ryan Gosling, Zac Efron. What's this movie about?
Hey,
Zac Efron is the Disney guy I like.
Zac Efron.
Zac is the Disney guy, because I remember the first time Zac showed up in High School Musical. High School Musical, yes, I watched it. It was fucking terrible. I actually sat down and watched it when it came out. I had to.
Corbin Bleu.
You didn't like Zac Efron telling you to bet on it.
I watched it high. It was hilarious too, because the movie was terrible, right?
Do you find it funny that?
But here's the funny thing, though. When I got to the end of it, I said this and I meant it. That dude's going to be a star. And I fucking mean it. I actually like you. What's your name? Zac Efron. You're going to be a star, bro. This movie's ass. If he doesn't come out of this whole Disney era and become a star, he's going to be shit. I'm glad. I'm watching Iron Claw was like, my nigga made it. I'm dead serious. I'm like,
meanwhile,
yes.
Meanwhile, Corbin Bleu has the career of Robert Richard. So.
No, Corbin Bleu wishes he had the Robert Richard career.
Yeah, disappointed Corbin Bleu didn't hit the Chitlin circuit as the Hallmark Christmas movies.
Was Robert a Nick kid or a Disney kid?
It was Nick kid.
Nickelodeon. I thought so. Okay. Just had to make sure. I thought I seen
part of that all that age bracket at that time with Kenan Thompson and them and shit.
Now here's the thing. Oh, I know Omar Gooding. Omar Gooding wasn't a Disney kid. He was just a Hollywood kid.
He was also
Nickelodeon,
Hollywood kid, right?
Hollywood, but if you want to put him on the kids, it would be Nickelodeon and Disney, because Smart Guy and Wild.
That's why I say it's a little bit of both. That's why I said Hollywood kid, because his dad was already in the entertainment business. Of course, his older brother.
Yeah.
So it's funny that we said that. Like, all right, what about Jason Weaving, Disney kid? We said that right off the break. You know what I mean? So Omar's like, Hollywood.
Here's the crazy
And then,
part.
hold on. And then you got that one batch of kids that are black that weren't Disney or Nickelodeon kids. What were they? Cosby kids.
UPN kids.
Cosby kids. The kids that came out of the Bill Cosby tree. There was a bunch of them. Remember that?
Yeah.
Bumper Robinson was one of them. Bumper Robinson, Lisa Bonet, all of them was out of that tree of Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was that, yeah. As like I said, as much as I don't like him, do you see what this nigga did for us?
Not this though, because I always sit there and say different, because people don't really buy into the whole. Well, some people, ignorant people, I would say, don't buy into like racial dynamics. I sit there and ask myself, like, could this work with a black character? I don't think.
Sadly, yeah, you could, but it would have to be a different type of story.
Yeah, I was saying I feel the dynamics would change.
I really truly believe you could make a manly ass black man type of story and it works, but I always feel when you do that, it gets fucked over. So
I'll stop you right there. Last time they did this with a black man, he ran a car off a freaking pier and found his way to Mexico carrying his kid's toy horse.
Too deep.
First off, he wasn't no actions.
Tyrese wishes he was action.
He wasn't nowhere, okay? Fred Williamson played that in all his movies, but not Tyrese. Don't do that.
And they was all dressed in white again.
Tyrese
added to that theory that I think they were all dead.
Tyrese,
how did they coordinate without phones? You gonna wear the all white? I'm gonna wear the all white. Make sure the little man wear all white too. So when we meet up, it's gonna look all black love and shit. Who?
I need y'all to act surprised when you see me.
3 Black Geeks did Waist Deep. Please look it up. It came out in 2016.
Making good with the single mom haircut.
She had the single mom. Who did your hair, bitch?
Mom. The
Bitch,
black
who did
single
your
mom.
hair?
The black single mom hair look is different than the single mom. The single mom where her look in Driver is the big difference. Got a good paying government job.
She in Mexico now, man. She ain't got that no more. Anyway, she was a stripper. That's what I forgot. She was a stripper at first.
Yeah, she was a stripper. Stripper and a hustler. You know, because you need titles. You see,
whatever. Her titties was on the window, and next thing you know, Tyrese was chasing her, and then the movie started. I don't know.
There you go. Pumps and tight jeans.
The Game was named Big Meat.
Some jailhouse gay ass shit.
Pause, nigga.
Gay. Oh yeah, Kamora Lee Simmons was in the movie too. I forgot about that.
Because of course.
My husband going to overseas because he touched little kids and stuff.
First off, she is Mrs. Digi Mahatsu. All right.
No, she's not. She's single.
Oh yeah. I forgot she's
like she's single now.
She's single. No. She got a white man and taught all her kids to.
Including Digi Mahatsu.
I have this theory that all of their children are going to marry white people, and the Simmons name is just going to white out in 2 generations. I have a theory.
That and they will do the following: they will purchase Def Jam just to shut it down.
Why would you do that? My great grandfather made a legacy of hatred with rap music.
Hatred.
Wow, how deep would that be? Russell Simmons' great grandson, who's only about 20% black at this point.
Looking like Logic and shit.
He still got like a nigga nose, but the rest is like pure Caucasian. He's like
Caucasian thin mustache.
That's deep, man. That's deep.
Sizzle.
Don't worry, Blue Ivy gonna get it. Blue Ivy gonna marry a white man and then dilute that shit.
No, she might spice it up and go Hispanic. You never know.
I think she gonna look.
She got the Kanye in her to go.
Nah. She's gonna remember. This is Gen Z we talking about. She's gonna marry a trans woman of color and change the game as far as what marriage is. Because we still got grown ass people that's excited about her life. You know what? All you grown ups. What's that?
This is why I'm not invested in reality shows, because I'm just
all you grown ups that be into what Northwest is doing and what Blue Ivy doing, you're pedophiles. Stop it. Stop it.
Also, get a hobby. Read a book. Read a book.
Read a book. Read a motherfucking book.
Read a book. You know, maybe check on your kid in there instead of putting a tablet in their hands and just tell them to fuck off.
Not a magazine, not the internet, a book, nigga. A fucking book, nigga.
Encyclopedia, the things that A, B, C, alphabetical order, that kind of.
You know how we always say we're deodorant, nigga? In this song, we be like, take care of your kids, bitch. Take care of your kids, bitch.
I don't give a fuck about Northwest. I don't give a fuck about the Kardashians. And
I'm like, yeah, did you see what Northwest wore? She's 10 years old. If you don't stop looking at that shit.
It's like, look, I wish them well in their endeavors. I don't care, though. I don't care. I don't care.
No. I'm full Michael Jordan. Fuck them kids, nigga. I don't.
Like Beyonce's twins, and they get of age, and we're gonna be like, all right, I guess.
Hey, look, what is Beach hating on Blue Ivy gonna do? Stop me from getting your check at work? Fuck out of here, nigga.
I was all mad. That's why I was mad at that fucking Rockefeller brunch. I'm like, you mean to tell me it's a brunch and motherfuckers don't even be eating brunch?
They're just excited to be there.
Lil Uzi Vert was probably the only person that ate food. Like, man, this food banging. Y'all ain't eating?
No, see, that's Uzi. That's Uzi still being a ghetto nigga that he is. I ain't eating this shit.
Some good ass bacon.
Look, this move. Shit, I want to eat this motherfucker.
I think Tyler.
Uzi Canadian bacon, but shit, all right.
Oh man, I wonder what Uzi doing at the motherfucking
cheese.
Bet he eat the cheese and he just didn't know it was that good. Now this is a good ass cheese. I bet he gonna start slapping the living shit out of everybody. Didn't tell me the cheese was good. Just seeing Uzi slap the shit out of him. All the Philly come out this nigga and just start slapping everybody.
Given Uzi's height, he leap and slap the shit out of someone.
That's actually what I'm seeing. No errors. What I see is him hopping on the table, doing the crouching over there. Why y'all tell me the cheese good? Shut your ass up. Bobby Eubanks looking motherfucker.
That shit told me how good cheese was.
Oh man. So what's next?
But that's Drive. What we got next?
What we got next, sir?
Our final episode of doing our Winter Heist series. Our final episode is a movie that we have been hyping up since, actually, no bullshit, the inception of Three Black Geeks, a movie that we wanted to do for years. And I'm actually finally glad that we are mature enough, number one. Number two, that we are seasoned as critics to do it. And number three, we were alive when this shit went down. We are talking about the underrated classic, Three Kings. And this will be our first, our first George Clooney movie.
And Spike Jonze.
Jones too. I think we had to do something else with Spike Jonze, but it might be our first Spike Jonze movie.
Second Marky Mark movie, or third Marky Mark movie? I don't know.
But of course, Marky Mark is in it. We already done Marky Mark before. My dude I admired when I was a kid. I think a lot of us admired when we was a kid. Ice Cube. And also, this was the movie that first introduced the term Dune Coon for me. I didn't know that was a slur until I heard it in this movie. So yeah, we're finally doing Three Kings. And it was a movie, like I said, again, a movie that me and Chris always talk about because you had to be alive for Desert Storm.
Oh, yeah.
You had to be alive. And then to tack on this story that happened. Now, it's partially true. Not all, you know what I'm saying? It's partially true. But to tack on this story during all that shit, during that war, yeah, it makes, yeah. So anyway, our next movie, we taking Saddam's gold, nigga.
Yeah. Peace out.
Peace.
Yo, so LeBron